live on Toyz Day. It is Thursday. Toyz alive, doing it live. Everybody in the chat, they're already in there. 8-bit Mike's been in there for like 8 hours. Simian Cheese already chilling in the waiting room there. Hopefully just having a little coffee, a little tea. BJ, how are you, dude?
Yo, that's right. I was talking to Mike earlier and he was like, hey man, I'm in the chat already. I'm just like, huh, it's like lunchtime.
Oh, jeez. You know what though, man? I mean, if you're sitting there at work and you've got the time to be able to do it, there needs to be more content. Actually, 8-bit Mike and I were talking about that this week. Not even just from us, in general. I mean, at the moment here, we've got where the toys are, figures sold separately, toys on tap, ourselves. Ariel TMNT over in Mexico has an unboxing that I'll admit, I have no idea what he's saying at the time, but I watch them anyways because they're fucking cool. Toys is opening. So,
Yeah,
Toys goes beyond the languages.
it sure does, man. You know, speaking of other shows, I did see something that Resin Blood is doing at 8 o'clock. So if we can somehow pull a miracle and hit this thing in 2 hours, people can tune over to, he was doing something at 8 o'clock with somebody. It was some sort of auction. And I don't know what it was, man. I don't follow the guy who was doing the auction, but it looks like a ton of stuff. I believe Barbarian Rage as well, maybe. Yeah, I have to check that out, man. I can't remember exactly what it was or what it was for, but I saw the spread. The guy did a post of everything that he was selling, and there was a lot of stuff in there. So
Yeah. B, I know the last couple of weeks I've been letting you chime off the names there, but I've got a motor mouth, man, and we're going to try to get 2 hours. I'm going to do a quick little 8-bit Mike, Doesn't Stories, what's going on there? Historical Station, what's going on? Bootleg Toko, how are you, homie? Good to see you. Wisconsin, got some craft, one fake name, how are you? Good to see you, Mr. Ordinary Man. I saw you just yesterday, Zimico. What is going on? Friday drop, Zimico. If anybody's seen those big eggs they've got, Zimico is crushing it. Lynn's the rap boy. What is up, homie? Pizza. Pizza, you, arcade, what's going on? Pocket salsa, what is going on, homie? If you take that black and white, it's yours, man. Nobody should deserve to claim it. What's going on there? Slightly Adrift, how are you, dude? Toys on tap, what up? We were just talking about you. You clearly saw that. Worst villain ever, dude. I will get back to you on that DMs there. T. Harrison, not familiar. Extra Truck Restaurant, there we go. That's what's up, dude. Your homie over there, that Boss Toy Creations. Friggity, that guy is killing it. Rec Shop Resin, 1/3 of the High Proof Toys. My apologies, man. TDB Toys, what up? TDB Toys, sorry. Recycle Galaxy, what is up? PK Mates, how are you? Oh my goodness. Chicken dance now, apparently. That's what we do when we get excited. We try and take off like a bird.
okay. Okay. Hey, real quick, man, I'm going to circle back to what's up, everybody. I'm going to circle back to TD Bean real quick, dude, just because there is some news about his Patreon kind of coming to an end, maybe temporarily or maybe permanently, but maybe temporarily, at least for now, for sure. Dude, that hands down best Patreon I have ever been a part of. If it comes back, I would gladly join it right away. I was in that Patreon every single month. I never regretted 1 month of it. I got some amazing pieces. Best Patreon, dude. Straight up, man. Up to date. Fresh new stuff, definitely bonuses for the Patreons, definitely exclusives for the Patreons. Dude, if anybody wants to know how to run a Patreon, doing stuff like this, Titty Bean, I think, would be the resource for something like that, man. It was just, it was a very, very cool thing to be a part of. And anyways, he's moving pretty soon, so congrats on that, man.
Okay, you know, this is definitely one of those scenarios where, admittedly, even with like the vagueness that he's left it here, and definitely the legacy that Titty Bean has, man, I'm just gonna say, like, just like all-round catawampus situation, dude. You know, things seem a little bit awry, they seem a little bit askew, but at the same time, this guy seems like a fucking fierce animal when it comes down to it. That's how I'm gonna describe the situation right now.
Yeah,
It's a catawampus of a fucking situation.
yeah. And like I said, man, it's you know, I think, gosh, dude, I'm thinking of the people that were in that Patreon for a long time, dude, like 10 Star, DT O'Keefe. There's a few of them, man, and I know every one of them. Like, that's part of the cool thing is like you get to see everybody's pieces, and the stuff that he was pumping out, dude, was just, I mean, phenomenal. I mean, you've seen it in the Etsy shops, and then on some of his other drops and stuff, but that stuff was just, it was primo, man. That was an exciting day to get that Titty Bean box, dude. I'll tell you what, man. Holy smokes.
I'm not gonna lie, Pocket Salsa is saying crumbs.pg, bro. Did I already mess up the PG part? Did I swear already? And
You dropped an F-bomb. You did it. You did it.
I'm Canadian, it just happens. We don't
It's
know enough words.
it's part of our regular vernacular, man. It's hard to stop it. We say it and it means nothing to us, you know?
Oh, goodness. Hey,
Yeah.
also,
Yes.
big shout out. A friend of mine, their father works at a
Mm.
hardware store. Good old Mr. Dudley let me know.
Mm.
40 will actually be discontinued in most of the places, it seems, due to VOC levels. Seems like the what do those VOCs stand for? They're volatile organic compounds. Yeah, the smells from the VOCs. Now, where this gets important is the moment I heard WD-40, I went, well, you hold up, homie. That doesn't just include WD-40. That must include certain things with aerosol cans, certain sealants and adhesives and everything else, man. Bunch of shit. That chemical is no longer going to be one that we keep on the meter. So keep your eyes on that, everybody. If you need WD-40 or
Mm.
sealant, shout out Mr. Dudley on that one.
Yeah. Wow, man. Yeah. Shout out Mr. Dudley, dude, coming through. Lots of that going on, man, especially in California right now. There's they're putting bans on lots of stuff like that, dude. God, I was just talking to somebody about this recently about just kind of everyday stuff that's going to come to an end here pretty soon. Anyways, well, that sucks, I guess. WD-40 is great, dude. Like, I mean, isn't the old saying, dude, like you need like WD-40 and some duct tape and you're pretty much set as far as repairs go.
Oh man, if they don't find it handsome, they better at least find it handy.
Yeah, there's good substitutes for WD-40 though.
Like butter.
What was that?
My ringtone is butter.
Oh,
Anyways, we got Simian Cheese coming in the house, dude. I don't know what's going on.
yes.
It's been wintry all freaking month, and I'm sweating like a friggin' tiger over here, dude. I don't mean to be that guy all of a sudden, but look at what is happening over here. Anyways,
Yeah, what's going on?
we got some. I don't know. Maybe I'm that nervous. I'm just that nervous about Simian Cheese coming in, man. Probably one of the silliest artists in the scene.
Yeah, dude, that's funny that you grabbed some Simian cheese pieces, dude. I did the same thing. I
did
grabbed
not.
this dino that
Oh
I've never
well,
posted, dude.
show off.
Oh yeah, that one was super cool, man. There was this one, and then there was the Wendy Glow. That's the Wendy chick from Wendy's Hamburgers. This guy, dude, Mr. T Head. That was a really dope one. That one, the UV on that is insane. Mayor McCheese. That's another one. These all came out of the Gumball Machine spins, and then the Gerald Nakamura. Boom. It's another good one. Anyways, yeah, so variety, dude, for sure, man. I mean, you know what's really cool is that some of that stuff that's sold out on his page, he leaves up there, and I think there's like 8 or 9 pages of it now. And you go back and you're just like, man, dude, like you realize that you really missed out on some cool stuff.
I heard mostly none of that. I had to turn on the fan, dude. I was dying. But I'm glad that you told the audience more about our good friend Simian Cheese. And you know what? Worst villain ever? I was trying to be PG, but if you're just going to call me out like that, yeah, you know what? Maybe I opened up my web browser. Maybe porn was on there. Maybe I thought that my volume was off. Maybe I thought I was on mute. Maybe y'all heard about 2 seconds of pornography of a video there. It just happens sometimes. We're all adults. Toys, 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 toys.
Oh man. Oh, it's my ringtone. Oh yeah.
I tried, okay? I tried. It's a PG show here tonight.
Oh boy. All right. Let's go, man. We ready? What are we doing? You want to talk about something else
I
first?
think, you know
How
what?
are
I
you?
think,
How
oh,
are
dude,
you?
I'm doing so great. I'm actually doing fantastic. I'm doing great personally. I wish I knew what the heck's going on with my body temperature at this moment because that's never an issue for me. I'm normally a cold dude. You have some Simian cheese there. I got some Simian cheese here. He was showing this up on his page recently. I like all toys with butts, a nugget with a butt. I'm down, man. I think, given the fact that Simian is being kind enough to come right in, homie, and knowing that he's kind of let us know that he's not really a late owl person, night owl
Yeah.
person. You know what? If you don't have much to say at the moment, we've greeted the homies. Do we pull them on? Recollection Toys, what up? Corpus, what up? Do we pull them on in?
Yeah, the one thing I did want to say, man, is he did send a box of goodies for us. So what we're gonna do is and they're just to my left here. I'm going to have to grab them when he comes on, or maybe after he comes on when we do the giveaways. But there's enough, I think, to do probably two packs of things. I'm looking at one of the Golden Girls foam heads. There's a stuffed McNugget, like a plush McNugget. There's some resin nuggets. There's some of the really small hands. The little small hands, he sent a bunch of those, man. I think I might just start including those in boxes as they go out, so plenty of people can get them. But yeah, very, very nice, man. Sent some really cool stuff, bunch of stickers. So those will be going out to, like I said, we'll probably divide those up into 2 tonight. Goblin Mob, what up? Oh, bro, don't. Bro, I ain't missing nothing, dude. I ain't missing nothing. Never,
oh my
ever,
goodness.
ever Goblin Mob.
This is like some old, if this was like in the 90s, you'd have one of those tiny little TVs or like a radio with a headphone in right now. What is wrong with it? You have a problem, sir.
It's just my phone. Hey, look, the 49ers are playing the Giants on Thursday Night Football. I'm here doing this. That's cool. I just want to be able to do both, and so I will. I don't have anybody going in fantasy tonight, Gob, if you're wondering. I have Purdy on the bench, but I'm not excited about it. You know,
you can be in my fantasy.
Thanks.
That's usually the response I get.
Lucky me.
All right, dude, I've got that wheel started. I am going to start slowly throwing names in there. I'm going to send out that invite over to Simian Cheese, Simian homie. There's about a 2-minute delay before you end up catching that. So I apologize if you're fumbling on in there and we've left you high and dry, my friend.
Carolina Cool Cat, what's up? Von Fake Name, what's up, man? Worst feeling ever.
Full house tonight. Oh,
take a look at that later.
I like how
Johnny Marbs.
Now we're just waiting in anticipation for the old legend. Oh, what are you most excited to ask him about?
I don't know. You know what? I did see something about his name one time. I think he posted something about how he came about with his name. That's interesting. You know what I'm really interested though, man, is
now we're just waiting in anticipation for the old legend.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you most excited to ask him about? Sorry, dude. If you don't mind, your YouTube is just playing in the back there. But if you mute YouTube,
done.
There we go. Boss mode. Simian Cheese, how are you, dude?
Doing great, man. How are you guys doing?
Very good. Very good. Dude, first of all, thank you for the box of stuff. I was just telling everybody what was in there. We're going to divide those up into two giveaways for tonight. But thank you for that, man. Thank you for being on the show. How the heck are you?
Of course, man. Thanks for having me. I'm honored to be here. I'm doing great tonight. I haven't seen Crumbs in a long time. We talked years and years ago.
It feels like ages ago now, man. Yeah, it's got to have been at least almost 3 years now.
Damn, that's crazy.
Too long.
Does he look
man.
like he's aged? Does he look older?
He looks more Canadian, if that's possible.
More Canadian. Perfect.
Homie, if you don't mind, we know who you are, but do you mind introducing yourself a little bit for the guests sitting at home there tonight?
Hello, everybody. I am Simian Cheese. I make toys. I collect toys. Some people call me Joe. But yeah, that's it. I've been making toys for holy shit. Sorry for not being PG. For probably 6 years, I think. Maybe 5, 6, 7 years. Just having fun doing it, man. Just like making funny stuff that cracks me up. So
dude, you make stuff that cracks everybody up, I think, dude. Like even Emily, right before the show, I was showing one of the homies this guy here, and right off the hop, it's hard. Even if you don't recognize what this is a fun piece, man. The good old pocket dog, everyday carry pocket dog.
That was to help with your manhood. I also made little ones too. I shrunk them down to little tiny size.
Nice.
Dude.
Now, I was just gonna say, man. So Crumbs, this will answer your question about what am I most excited to ask him about. I don't know if I'm excited about it, but what I'm most interested in is you and I actually talked a long time ago about the shrinking process. And we kind of got into that a little bit. And there was something about there was a product that wasn't available anymore, but you still had some of it, or they were making it for you, something. And take us through that. What was going on with that?
Yeah, so there's a stuff called, I actually have some left. It's called Hydro Shrink. Actually, shit, I think this one actually might be bad. Hydrospan gel.
Okay.
Really cool stuff. I think it was made for like the marine industry or something, like to cover boats. I don't know what the hell it's for. But it's an acrylic resin that shrinks down depending on how much water you mix it with. So if you mix it with half water and cast something, over time it'll shrink down to half the size, keeping all the detail and everything. So it's really cool stuff, but they stopped making it. What's his name? The engineering guy used to sell it, engineeringguy.com, and then Smooth On bought them and just shut the product down. I called the company that made it and they said they have no plans to make any more of it. So that's it. Like I know people shrink stuff in molds, but this stuff was really cool, really easy. But yeah, it's gone. So
I
I have a little left.
The fact it has no distortion.
Yeah, it was cool. It was really neat. You know, I could take stuff and just shrink it down like multiple times, like the Nike Mutant. Like I cast him, I shrank him down like 4 or 5 times. You know, it still says NKE on the chest.
That's funny, man. That's that one's coming back around a little bit, man. That one's kind of popped up a couple times here recently from a few different people. That's cool.
I almost wonder if that material, if there'd be like a replacement that's being used in like the marine, like the aquatic, military,
right?
Shrinking people. Sorry.
That's probably what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's gotta be.
Now, dude, admittedly, like you got all those hamburger helper hands right now that you're pumping out again as well. That was something that you originally shrank. Also, I've got to always know, dude, what's the obsession? Like, why more? Why more of them now?
I just like them. They're just cool. I made this gang mold, so.
How many in this gang mold? Is that the same one from back that we last talked, or have you made multiple gang molds of it now?
This is another one. So this one has 18 in it. So it's like, you know, 18 at a time. Probably unnecessary, but
hey,
I just like them. But it's like Christmas every time you pull them out. You know, different colors and yeah.
Man, so you know, if you go back through, I was just telling Crumbs before you came on that if you go back through your site, a lot of your past work is still on there. And if you start looking through it, man, and just looking at like, you know, the dinosaur, the Wendy, the Mary Cheese, a lot of it seems Mr. T Head. It's just like a lot of classic American stuff, man, that I think for guys in our age range or just people in our age range really identify with that stuff. They're like, man, that was a really big part of my childhood, or at least a part of your childhood in some way, whether you either saw it or had, you know, one of those toys or watched a show or something like that. Is that kind of where you get your ideas from, is just stuff from the past?
Mostly, yeah. It's a total comfort thing. You know, it's like that's the stuff we grew up on. You know, I grew up on McDonald's and watching the McDonaldland puppets and chicken nuggets and, you know, on the A-Team and after school specials and Sid and Marty Krofft. So it's all about nostalgia. You know, it just brings back those feelings, you know, the feelings of when you were a kid and didn't have a care in the world. And yeah, so that's what I like about those kind of things. And I think it does have a broad appeal to everybody because it was like our shared experience. You know, now everything's really personalized and everybody's watching personalized shows. But back then it was like everybody watched the same shows at the same time and talked about them. And we had a common experience. And this is kind of what that is in my mind.
Dude,
if that makes sense.
Oh, dude, that makes perfect sense. That's a great explanation on why on why you do stuff like that, man, because that is, like you said, it's a shared experience for a lot of people, especially with how personalized everything is today. Man, what were you going to say, Crumbs?
Crumbs is watching porn.
More porn. Yeah. No, I'm copying and pasting the names over here for the giveaway wheel.
Oh, gotcha.
Who ever remembers what I was gonna say, man? My goodness, dude. If anything, though, dude, you work a lot with worst toy design ever.
Worst toy ever.
Worst toy ever. How is it that you guys ended up becoming so tight? Like, and to this day, man, because he does a lot of graphic stuff, and it seems like that's like your go-to.
Right? Yeah. Hold on one second. I gotta say something.
Please, by all means.
325 for life. All right.
325, the crystal clear.
Yeah, that's what's going on in the chat there. I see people talking about 325.
Oh, there you go.
I just got that gallon of 325 today, so I'm very excited.
Nice.
Worst toy ever. So I've always collected toys. I've always been the guy that's had like shit on his shelves and lots of toys as an adult. People always looked at me weird. So I always thought I was kind of like alone in this world of collecting toys. And I was on Facebook one day and I discovered the minifigure militia. And it was like, holy shit, here's like 5,000 people that are into toys. And people are like posting pictures every day of their collection. And it just got me really excited. And one of the top contributors was Mario, worst toy ever. So we just started talking. I got to know Bill, who runs the group. We started making stuff. Mario's like my right-hand man. He's like, I have a stupid idea. I can just tell him what it is, and then he just goes off. It's like we just create together really well. I talk to him like every day. He's in Italy. I don't think he really speaks English, but he types it really well. So a lot of the graphics he does and stuff really have that flair of like broken English or like misinterpreted English, or which is just adds a whole nother dimension to it. Mario is my boy. Yeah. Worst toy ever. I am nothing without him.
Well, I don't know about nothing, man, but admittedly, like what I find is interesting, he does some of your little header cards, and at the same time, even some of your larger like backer pieces, man.
He does everything. Yeah. I mean, he helps me with ideas. We just like, I'll throw him a stupid idea and then we'll talk about it for a while and flesh it out, and I'll start making it and he'll start drawing, and
Would you say he sometimes actually helps you etch out like the actual creative side of it? I've never heard, because
absolutely. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's the man. He's my perfect partner in crime.
I love that, dude. I didn't realize how deep that relationship really ended up going from like the creative standpoint on that.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's my muse.
Now then B kind of touched on it, and I am a little curious. Well, like you mentioned kind of like novelty, smaller items typically, but your library is so expansive. You really do have a bit of everything, man. From the giant dinosaur B showed earlier, the 3.75s of like the Morgan monkey. Do you have like a preferred medium? Like do you or even sizing, I guess? Like if you were to pick almost like a realm, or are you just whatever works best works for the idea?
I guess whatever works best. I like working small. I don't like handling a whole lot of resin. I mean, it's really toxic shit. I wear gloves and masks and stuff, but still it's, you got to sand it. It's just a lot. So I prefer working small and doing small runs just so I could focus on quality, not really on quantity. I used to pump out, do production runs of like 20, 25 pieces like every month or every few weeks, but it just got too much. It's kind of taking the fun out of just creating. So I really haven't been doing big runs lately. I've just been doing kind of onesies and twosies and creating stuff that I just want to make and then selling them if people are interested.
If people are interested, you're sold out of like everything.
No, that's cool. I'm so grateful for everybody that everybody likes my stuff. We have some misses, but it's good. I'm doing a weird one. I got to show you this commission I just got. I hope you can see that I'm showing this. So this is I usually try not to take commissions because I put a lot of pressure on myself. Oh shit, did I lose you guys?
No, I made you big.
Oh, you made me big. Ooh.
I just made you big. Yeah.
Oh. So this is for an eyewear shop. I guess they're opening a new shop. And they have something to do with sheep. So I cast a clear sheep with an eyeball inside. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So that's
I kind of want to ask why, but if it was a commission, I'm sure there's a reason they have. I'm sitting over here like, what the?
It's pretty bizarre, but it has to do with something. Yeah, I don't know. She actually told me today, and I don't remember what it was.
Okay, now I've got to know too. One, did you just happen to have a mold for eyes laying around? Did you just have an eye laying around? Two, did you have a sheep mold this kid? Like,
Oh, dude. She sent me the sheep, and she sent me a bag of eyes, and there you go.
Nice. The Gerald Nakamura piece.
Yeah.
You know him?
Gerald's a man. So Gerald, I do know him.
Okay.
Fine. I've never met him in person. I would love to meet him in person. I've made a bunch of stuff for him. I've probably done like 6 or 7 pieces for him. He loves toys. He loves toys of himself. He's a total patron of the arts.
Oh man, that's cool.
He pays people to sculpt, and then he'll pay me to cast them for him, and he buys a bunch of them back, and it's crazy. He's just like the greatest guy in the world.
Dude, that is so cool, man. If anybody has seen pretty much any kung fu movie almost ever, he's usually in it.
Big Trouble in Little China. That's his.
Oh, dude. I mean, that's probably the most famous one. Absolutely. When I posted this piece back when I got it, he actually commented on it, dude. And I thought I was a freaking superstar, man. I was like, no freaking way, dude. But anyway, so not even. How did that come about meeting him? Was it something that you made first and he responded to it, or?
Oh man. I'm trying to think. It's been a while. Shit, I don't know. I think he might have paid Rojo Toy to do a sculpt of him, and Rojo Toy approached me to cast it, and then I connected with Gerald. I'm not
okay.
Sure. But
okay,
Gerald,
right on.
It's like I just get stuff in the mail, like he sent me like a broken Pez dispenser and a head of his from the Monday Toy Club, and he's like, it'd be great if I could get a Pez dispenser. Doesn't have to work, but I'm like, well, shit, I'll make it work, So I made Pez dispensers of his head. Or
oh man, that's awesome.
He'll just send me he sent me this one. He's like, oh, it'd be great if you could make a bunch of these, So it's like, all right, cool. Hey, Toy, check out what Gerald sent. It's like, oh, we should Gerald punch, and then it just goes off from there, make it rubber and oh, it's cool.
Dude, I didn't know those were so big.
Yeah, they're big.
Because admittedly, my brain was still thinking of almost like the sculpt for the Man of Many Weapons.
Oh no, they're
oh my frig! Oh frig!
Right? No, they're cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, all rubbery too. I like different materials. I'm always trying new materials, different materials, because there's so many to choose from these days.
Okay, so you mentioned the 325 earlier. Is it new for you to be? Because I don't remember you being big on crystal clear in the past. So are you just kind of tipping into it now?
No, I was using 300, which is a white resin, but I found it to be really brittle. I didn't like the durability of it. I don't know why. They say it's the same as the 325, but I found it to be more brittle and kind of dry. The 325 is really nice and clear, really easily pigmentable, and it's easy to work with. It's a very fast resin. I mean, it cures in like 20 minutes or something, but I like to work fast. So, I mean, the rubber I use cures in like 30 minutes, and resin cures in like 30 minutes. So I could like make a mold to cast in like an hour, which is crazy.
Wow.
So sometimes I'll just do that, I'll see something will drop on the floor and I'll be, oh, I should cast that. And then I'll do it. And,
Bam, there it is.
yeah, I mean, it's so fast. It's crazy.
Dude, and you know what, man? I think that I always think about casting stuff, and I think that would probably be the way that I would have to go to, is try to do it as fast as possible, man, because I'm so impatient when something like that. I just want to see the end of it and move on to something else.
Me too.
Dude, real quick, do you sell those shirts?
No. Why, you like it?
Yeah, dude, you should sell those, man. Dude, do like a little threadless or something, dude, or throw some on your, like, dude, those are sick, dude. I like that.
Thanks, man.
Your logo's dope. So speaking of your logo, man, I was telling Crumbs, I read something somewhere, or maybe saw, I can't remember what it was, man. You said something about how you got the name. How did you get the name?
Simian Cheese?
Yes.
Or Joe?
Let's go with Simian Cheese first.
So I was born with what they call a simian crease, which is
okay.
People have like two lines in their hand, like one here and one there. I just have one that goes straight across, which is really weird. It's like an ape, like a primate. That's why it's
gotcha.
Why it's called a simian crease.
Okay.
So people that have these are usually either like really mentally disabled, or like at the other end is like psychic. I don't know what the hell I am, but I have a simian crease. If you say it enough times and you're wasted enough, it can turn into like Simian Cheese.
Yes.
And it's like Simian Cheese is really disgusting. It's a horrible, horrible thing. If you could imagine cheese made out of monkey milk.
Yeah.
So I held on to it for a long time, like knowing it was going to be my whatever someday. Then I started making toys. It was like, there it is, Simian Cheese.
Dude, that is so funny. If you say Simian Crease, it starts sounding like Simian Cheese. You know who else did that? General Porpoise, dude. He said him and his buddies were drinking, and I think they were looking at General Purpose. And somebody said General Porpoise, and they're like, General Porpoise, that's genius.
There you go, right?
See, Crumbs, this is how you come up with names, dude. This is where we went wrong.
And I'm thinking like,
show, man.
Like titty beans, kind of probably.
Definitely under the influence on that one. But a memorable name, nonetheless.
That one's actually from an episode of Rick and Morty. It's the one they go with those superhero people, and at one point the man of a million ants, like the girl says like titty bean no, and like they kills him, and for whatever reason he was like, but I would imagine maybe he was drunk. Who knows? Why not?
Yeah, so I mean, how do we come up with these things, right? They just happen and then they stick, and now I'm stuck with it. So,
and now half the globe just knows you that way.
Yeah, half the globe.
Dude, who do you like to collect?
Oh man, who do I like to collect? I seem to be really into micro sofubies these days. So, like, I just got these. Hold on one second. These.
Well, if he gets to get up and walk away, I've got to go get my coffee.
Sorry.
All right.
I just got these bubbies from Neil Ewing.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Bombastic Plastic.
Yeah, Bombastic
and they're
Plastic.
Just fantastic. I'm liking little fun, sofubi, cheap toys. I like affordable toys.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. You said Bombastic Plastic is fantastic.
Oh,
dude, I think you just nailed something there. That's gold, Neil Ewing. Pass it along.
Trademark. What else?
All these pieces are really fun,
dude. Those are very cool.
I like little the Rampage toys, micros. Really like those.
You better have a Saruga Mark Dino over there. I'm gonna flip my table.
I do. It's downstairs though. I didn't bring. I actually have two of them. Yeah, he's awesome. A lot of little
Oh,
secret base minis. I love these things. I buy these every time they come out. They do releases like every few months.
Damn, those are friggin'
what
fun,
is that
man.
now?
They're from Secret Base Ginza. They're
Oh,
called
secret base. Yeah, yeah.
micro infection monsters.
Oh, those are awesome, dude. Holy smokes.
Yeah, I like those.
Different colorways to switch the heads and the bodies around, and yeah, they're sick.
Oh, what? Those are cool, man.
What else am
Wow.
I collecting? Looking around. A lot of retro band stuff, you know. Aaron's stuff is awesome. He's doing the roto casting stuff. There's a lot of people I collect, you know.
So much. I saw
Yeah.
you got the garbage toy recently with the goats.
What's that?
Dude, I saw you ended up getting the garbage toy with the goat. Garbage toy is
yeah.
friggin' clever, man. I'm digging that dude's jam.
Unreal, huh? It's like I'm not really a completist. I just collect. Like I see something I really like, I collect it. They keep doing good stuff. I just buy more of it, you know.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that like 1998 skate culture. Just that kind of like everything in a bit of like a fun way, you know?
Right.
The guy just seems like a good. He's got a sense of humor like yours. That's probably what it is, man. Just making fun stuff.
Well, this is a cool scene, you know. I mean, like this making toys, anybody can make toys, right? Anybody can just boot something or sculpt something and make it. It's really available to everybody. So the fact that all of these people are doing it and making just such insane stuff is just like it's a movement. It's like a whole art movement. I mean,
Yeah.
people are really making some phenomenal stuff.
Dude, could not agree more, dude. I mean, and you know, when you try to explain it to somebody and they're like, you know, what is it? And then they automatically think of you know, the toy section at Walmart or something like that. And then you start showing them pictures and they're just like, oh wow, I've never seen that before. And it's like, I know you've never seen it before and you never will see anything like this because this is the only dude who makes it. And he only made one.
Right.
You know, and it's just like you said, man. I mean, anything from the articulation to the pores to the original sculpts going all the way through the whole process. It's amazing, dude. There are some amazing artists out there doing some really, really crazy stuff. And dude, I like what you said earlier when you were talking about, you know, way back with minifigure militia, you know, you kind of you're a little bit of an outcast, you know, from what you said. And then you see this group that has 5,000 people in there where you're just like, oh man, that's awesome. And I think that's how a lot of people felt when they found this and they're just like, oh dude, I'm into that. Oh damn, there's a lot of people. Holy shit, there's a lot of people actually doing this. And I think that's what's really unique about this community is you see something and it's so dope and you can actually interact with people like we're doing right now. Right. With the people that are making it. It's just like you don't get that in a lot of places, man, where you can actually reach out to the people who are making the content and say, dude, what's up? How are you? How'd you do that? You know?
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's such a supportive community. Sorry, it's such a supportive community. Like, I see somebody release something killer, I can write them and say, "Hey, how'd you do that?" And they tell me how they did it, and then I can do it and teach other people. It's like, it's a really supportive. It's a community. It's not. I don't really feel like it's competitive, but maybe that's because I only do it as a hobby. You know, a lot of people depend on it for their livelihood. I have the luxury of not having to depend on it for my livelihood, so I can be a little lighter with it, I guess.
Yeah.
But everybody's really just like supportive, like reposting your stuff or like sharing, or just like, you know, it's a great community. I actually made a list of like people that just are killer, like Barbarian Rage or like, you know, Tim is on here, Tim Harrison, or like,
yes,
like Killer Bootlegs or like Daniel Yu and I mean my buddy Free Karate Chops. It's like
dude,
are just like so good and helpful and supportive, and I'm just really proud to be a part of it.
Well said, man. You named some killers right there, man. There's a lot of crazy good artists, and you know, above that, man, just a lot of really good supportive people, like you said.
You know, who I've been looking at is Alter Toys.
Oh my God, dude.
I look at his work or her work. I don't even know if it's a guy or girl, but holy shit.
I'll tell you what, Joe. I was over at my buddy Hurt Toys house yesterday, and he wasn't really familiar with Alter Toys. And I went through and showed him some of the pieces. And we had actually talked about the shipping on that because Fletch from Tycho's Tacos lives out in my neck of the woods, and he does some of the shipping for them. But yeah, dude, I mean, what's crazy? So these ones are all marbled pores and whatnot. The stuff that he released before, where it looks like they're all painted up and there's no paint on them.
Right. It's like layers of layers
Dude,
of layers, and
just it's so wild, man. I didn't snag any of this last round, but I have his first few that he put out. The collabs with Skinner, and they are just, oh dude, they're incredible.
Like that's
like
all
you said,
resin, right?
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
100%, dude. And the original sculpts. I mean, the Fish King right here, and oh my goodness, look at that. How can there not be paint on there? There's no paint on that.
So much work, dude.
So good, man.
A couple of us, I even almost wonder how many molds he has when he starts this, because in order to like mix up some red and dabble a little bits across, but I find what's nuts, dude, is like personally, I feel like dudes like you, a lot of these guys, like you guys kind of set that foundation when you guys started doing collaborative stuff, because you even mentioned like you meeting guys like Rojo, ended up working with guys like Worst Toy, meeting the dudes over at Minifigure Militia. I think especially almost 6 years ago, that's kind of where collaborative work was happening and more like community work was happening, versus like that competitive stream of dudes kind of being like, I don't want to share any of my secrets because that might cut into my income stream. You guys kind of were like that first wave of people that were just kind of sharing collections and making, man. It's kind of sick, and I don't know. It's pretty clear in your work, I would say, that you guys typically are focusing on having a good time instead of focusing on what might sell this time around. It's usually more fun.
Oh, thanks, man. When I first started making toys, I heard about people that were like really protective with their knowledge and like wouldn't share or talk about supplies. And it's like, I just didn't get it, you know, and I still don't get it. So I'm happy to have people.
And you know what's funny though, man? It's like even when people try to keep their process a secret, people in this community are very, very smart, dude. And they'll figure it out. I think I've seen some really wild process where I'm just like, how do they do that? And the next thing you know, there's a couple more people that are doing it, or they know how to do it. But it's hard, man. I think it's hard to keep anything a secret.
I don't understand why you'd want to do that. Like, does that give you the edge, or like?
Yeah, right.
I don't know. That's just not my style.
I think for the most part, it's not like that, right? Which is really cool. I mean, there's a few here and there that, you know, don't want to show their cards, but like I said, I think in a lot of cases it doesn't matter, because someone's going to figure it out anyways. But anyways, what about shows, man? Do you do any any cons or anything? You're out on the East Coast, correct?
I am on the East Coast. Yep.
Gotcha.
North of Boston.
North of Boston. Okay. Yeah. So you got like ZoloCon and 5 Points Fest stuff. Are you a show guy, or you just kind of just stay to the online stuff?
I pretty much just stay online. I've gone to 5 Points Fest for like 3 or 4 years. Last year was the first year I didn't go.
Yeah.
And again, that was something that like blew my mind. Like walking into 5 Points Fest and just seeing rows of artists, their wares was just another reason to just do it. It was just so incredible to see all that. But we don't have a lot of shows around here. It's really pretty light. You know, there's New York Comic Con, which is Comic-Con, 5 Points Fest, and then just little shows here and there.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, if we're going to be on the topic of shows, the last show that I would have remembered you being a part of would have probably been like a Toy de Jour one. And you went way out of the normal Simian Cheese style on that one, man. Would you mind kind of explaining it all? Like what kind of drove going like a whole other direction, no resin on that drop?
Yeah, I don't know. They I know where it started. I'm going to get up again. I'll be right back.
So if some of you aren't familiar, I'm going to scroll over to his page here and pull it up because there's actually the McNugget hats, and there we go.
So this is somebody else I forgot to mention, Dano Brown.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
okay, interesting.
So he saw me doing chicken nugget stuff, and he's a big chicken nugget fan, big into McDonald's stuff. And he made like a leather chicken nugget, like a one-off leather chicken nugget, and sold it on eBay, and it got like $600 or something.
Oh,
So he contacted me and he's like, dude, I'm going to be doing a show at Toyz. Would you mind casting some up for me? So I said absolutely. So I made this little leather McNugget for him with a little rubber hat.
oh, nice.
I don't know why that makes me so uncomfortable, but it does.
The leather daddy nug,
It's the mustache.
right? Nuggets only. Dano's cool. He does all this cool
That's
stuff.
awesome, man. Oh my God. I was just gonna say, you know what I really love of his are his freaking lighters, man.
Right.
The lighters, and you know what I really want is that knife.
Oh,
That
yeah.
McDonald's knife, dude. That thing is a classic.
So
It's a hamburger knife, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's how I got into the Toy. And then they were having the Golden Girls show.
Mm.
And again, it was like, I don't really know what to do for Golden Girls. Somehow I had the idea to do like a Madball kind of thing. So shit, there came Foamy Sophia. I've been working on a few more of them. Oh, he's got one. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. And you complained to me in the past about what a pain in the butt that material is to cast.
I got
And
it
here
down
you
though.
are. I'm glad you've mastered it for that purpose right there.
Oh, I was gonna do a Mr. T one. I'm gonna do some
Dude, that's so wrong.
some Slee Stack ones. I know I might not do the Mr. T one, right?
There's just something so uncomfortable about seeing it in the chocolate with like
I
no
know.
eyes there. Oh man.
It was a request. I was like, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I mean, man. You went plushies, hats, foam
Yeah.
balls. Way out of the resin realm on this one.
So how did that start? That started, I don't even know how that started. I just thought it would be really cool to do a plushie McNugget. They were doing a Nuggets only show at Toy. And I just I don't know. I started dicking around with graphics, and I found a local embroidery shop, and they were down. So they embroidered this huge sheet of them, and I cut them up, and I found my friend Heidi, who's really good at sewing, and she just sat there and sewed them all for me after I stuffed them. And
Dude, that must have cost you more than any resin project that you would have taken on.
it was a learning experience, but it was cool. It was a lot of fun. Those came out really neat. I'm really happy with the way those came out.
These?
Yeah.
Those are great, man. Those are very cool. So with that nugget show, did you cast all the nuggets and then the nuggets were sent out to all the artists and they did whatever they want with them? Is that how that worked?
No, it was just stuff inspired by chicken nuggets.
Okay, so everybody was on their own making
Yeah,
their own
everybody,
thing.
some
Gotcha,
people
okay.
did paintings, some people did fabric.
Yeah.
I did stuffed nuggets and hats, and I also did a paint by number.
Oh, that's awesome. There it is. That's what we got.
There
Nugget
they
Buddy.
are, right?
Yes, I remember seeing those. Yeah.
The paint by nugget was a flop. That was nobody wanted that.
Dude, is that that looked like a nugget Garamond down there, or a Garamond in a nugget color. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah. So I went to art school like 30 years ago, have an art degree. And I really stopped doing art for the last 20 years or so. Just, I don't know why. I've been raising kids and working, and So Toyz has been a really great way for me to start doing art again, keeping my hands busy. I really like using my hands. So it's been a really freeing and just a great experience for me just to be able to create again, just to be able to have a pressure pot and a thing of rubber and a thing of resin, and like you could make anything. It's pretty wild.
Now, so you said that, obviously, you said you're a dad raising kids. You have another full-time job, and then there was kind of that downtime from when you got your art degree. What kind of spurred that again for you to kind of get back into making toys? Was that kind of around the minifigure militia time when you kind of found that online?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I joined the minifigure militia and saw people making toys and posting pictures of toys that they made, it was inspiring. And funny enough, I was searching for like slug zombies or something on Facebook Marketplace, and a listing came up. I was like, oh, awesome, I'm gonna buy it. Turned out the guy was like 3 blocks away from me. So he's like, come on over and get them. I went over,
that's awesome.
and he's like this awesome sculptor. He had this whole desk set up, sculpting and casting. He's like, oh, I kit bash stuff. I take a head off of this, I stick it on this, I cast it and make this. I'm like, holy shit. Where do you get this stuff? Oh, it's just this resin and rubber, you get it. And so then it just became accessible to me. It was like, this guy's doing it in his garage. Shit, I can do it in my garage.
Yeah.
So I just started buying little trial units of Smooth On from like Amazon or something. They would come like half hardened and all shitty. And but then I realized that there's like a Reynolds Advanced Materials here in town. And I walked in there and it was just like, I don't know if you've ever been in one, but it's like they have hundreds of different kinds of resins and rubbers, and they have samples of every one of them.
Oh, wow.
There's masks and there's rubber sharks, and just like, it's just, so you walk in there and it's just like, holy shit, I can get a little bottle of that for $25, and just start playing with it. So why not,
Yeah.
So I don't remember what your question was, but that's how
I don't either, man. I don't either. We're just talking.
I just like making stuff. Like I went to college. I had no idea what I was going to do. I was going to classes, bored out of my mind. I took an art class. It's like, oh, no shit. I can like go to school and make stuff. I mean, that's it. I'm just going to go to college and make stuff. So it just turned me on. I spent the next 6 years in college making stuff because I didn't want to leave, because it's like I was making stuff. I didn't want to go work. But we didn't have there wasn't any programs in like resin casting or like figure making. I mean, I was taking like life drawing, and I did a major in ceramics. So I was doing like a lot of ceramic sculpture, a lot of, not even really pottery, but I fired a lot of ceramics. I got really into the technical side of it, the process side of it. And I think I like that about the resin too. It's like, it's really technical. There's a lot of process involved. I like the technical nature of things for some reason.
Yeah.
That was a long answer, rambling on. Sorry about that.
I'm gonna be that weirdo, man. You don't have to. If you basically just stare at me for longer than 3 seconds, I'll know to shut the fuck up and move the conversation. But you kind of mentioned how you didn't do art for a little while there, and I do understand life kind of came in, but also I'm kind of curious, man, with life coming in, knowing that you love doing art, how do you personally try and keep that creative motivation going as somebody who's been doing this for 6 years?
It gets tough. I've been in a dry spell for a while where it was like, I took on some commissions that kind of sucked. They were hard cast, just kind of like hanging over my head. It became a lot like work, and that kind of sucked. Again, I have the luxury of this being a hobby, so it's not like I have to do this stuff. So I went through kind of a dry spell where I really wasn't being creative. I didn't know what to do. My whole workspace became a shit show. It was all just piled up with crap. And I just took a break from it. And then, I don't know, like a month ago, couple months ago. I don't know, maybe it was, I think Scott Cherry. This might have something to do with it. Scott Cherry reached out to me and wanted a Sophia head for his wife because she's a big Golden Girls fan.
Mm.
And I know he's a big He-Man, like faker He-Man fan. So I made him a faker Sophia head and sent it. And
Nice.
he was so stoked and happy with it that it just like relit that passion in me. And it's weird. I'm getting like a little emotional, which is weird. Yeah, so it just kind of relit that passion in me, like the excitement that I had, where it really became just about making and not about like whatever it became for a while.
Yeah.
Fuck
And
yeah, man.
So then I just started like, I kind of grabbed a hold of that. Scott showed him on his YouTube show, and Dove wanted one. So I made a faker for Dove. I made him a Sophia, and I also made him a They Live one. Like Dove's friend is a big They Live collector, so he wanted one. So then it was like, oh shit, you know, it's like, then the juices started flowing again, so it's good. And then I just started making those little hands, you know. I was like, I just gotta start making stuff, you know. It's like I grabbed like the two closest molds. It was like a Bernie ET mold is still on my bench, and like little hand mold is on my bench. So I just like, I had a little bit of resin left, so I just started pouring shit. And I don't know, like I said, I didn't really know where I was going with anything, but it just lit the fire again, just got me going. You know, I made this light bright thing that I'm super stoked about. The little hands just make me happy. I don't know.
The little tiny hands, dude. Yeah, he ends up sending a whole bag of these little tiny hamburger helper hands. And those will be going out in packages until they're gone. But dude, those are great, man. Hamburger helper hand.
Did you see the light bright?
Did not know. I didn't. Okay, I don't think any of us understood what the heck we were looking at. What? Oh my goodness.
So this is a light bright, right? But now, like the cool light brights do all kinds of shit. Let me turn on my light. Hold on.
Did you just keep the pour sprues for all of those so that they would fit into the little freaking light bright spots, or are there light brights in there? Like, what is going on, homie?
It was it's crazy. So I already had all these hands, right? And I wasn't about to like mold and cast new ones. So I just took the pegs from the light bright board and just cut them and then epoxied the shit out of them. So they are like one now. Yeah, and they just plug right in.
Your brain is hilarious, my dude.
I don't know why, just, yeah.
I want to. Okay, also, I'm so sorry. Now that we've got you spotlighted, when you're done talking about the light bright, I need to know what the hell is going on with the shark head on a bottle over in that back corner.
Dude, I swear, when you said the way your mind works, and then I'm like, dude,
oh my goodness, it's a bowling pin.
I was like, I'm looking at a bowling pin with a shark head on it in the background for one thing.
I don't know, dude. Where else am I gonna put it?
Oh my goodness, man. You know what? If it gets smiles going in the workshop, dude, do it up, homie.
So I live in an A-frame, so I don't have a lot of wall space. Like this whole side is windows, and then I live in an A-frame, so I have like, I can't put up like display cases or shelves or like hang anything. So shit just, yeah, stuff just goes everywhere.
It's how it has to be. The last time we talked, man, you ended up talking and you pulled out a couple of your macronauts. Why is my brain gapping right now? The micronaut figures. How come nothing you make it? Like, admittedly, considering this one you've claimed is one of your favorite childhood toys, nothing you like. You don't really make anything micronaut seeming.
I know, I should, huh? It's kind of been done. Like a lot of people do, like people micronauts, and
nobody's doing foam micronauts.
You know what I did get out? You want to see something cool?
Always.
You got time?
We've got tons of time, man. This is your time.
I brought out some old toys, some cool old toys. So
okay, do you mind if I make you full screen and we all just geek out at what you've got there then?
Oh, totally.
Beautiful.
So this is one that I'm gonna boot. I already booted some of them, but they're around somewhere. I just haven't got them out yet. So this was a toy from 1970. I can't read it. 77 or something. It was a Mork and Mindy slime egg. So you get this egg, crack it open, full of slime, and it came with a minifigure.
Dude, you gotta cast those up, man. You know so many people are missing the fucking set.
They're just impossible. I mean, it took me like 3 or 4 years to find this, and it's the girl one. There's a boy and a girl one, but it's so cheap and like just like off, and just like rough. It's freaking awesome.
I like how that's how you just described it being awesome. It's off and whack and strange.
Yeah, it's just so off.
I made a bunch of them. Like I got them around. Yeah. Oh shit. So someday I'll drop those. I got a bunch. I made a whole bunch of marbled them, and
what did we just make you drop all over the floor there?
that was my leather nugget and my micronaut.
Oh, sorry, man.
So yeah, micronauts are cool. Micronauts were like one of my first toys in the 70s. There weren't a lot of toys. Like we pretty much have like the Sears Roebuck catalog, it's like get your toys out of there. And like space toys were just kind of coming out, and like Micronauts was one of the first of them that I'm aware of, at least. I mean, there were other ones. I have some of those I'll show you. But Micronauts were some of the first ones that I had that had motors in them. Like the vehicles all had motors with batteries and like wired remotes. And I had one that I could like bring in the bathtub that was like you put a Micronaut in, you like float around and the propeller would turn. Just like unlimited imagination, like the battle cruiser, you could take it apart, it becomes guns that you could shoot with, and all these different vehicles. It was just so freaking cool. I loved them so much.
Being and I were even talking, Micronauts is one of those ones I feel like if you were around when it came out, you love it, and then the rest of us, some of us are intrigued by it, some of us aren't too sure what to think. But it seems like if you were there, you love them.
You had to be there. You had to be there. They're still fun to play with, though.
Well, and they're great designs. They're neat.
Yeah, and just to kind of back that up, what you said there, Crumbs, is I've seen a couple collections recently of Micronauts, and when you have all those lined up together, that vac metal look, man, lined up is so freaking clean, man. Like as a set, they look amazing. The other thing I wanted to just circle back on, dude, you said the Sears Roebuck catalog. Don't you miss those catalogs, man?
Ew, seriously. Yep.
People sell those online.
No way.
On eBay. Oh yeah, dude. Like, you used to be able to go into like Mervyn's or Sears or whatever and get the catalogs, and they're just there. You just walk in and you pick one up, and people are actually selling those online, dude. But I remember like sitting down at Christmas time and trying to thumb through those, and it was a fucking event, man.
Yeah. Parents would be like, pick one thing for Christmas. It's like,
Put your pen out, you're circling everything.
Oh, exactly. Number 1 choice, number 2 choice.
Yeah, with a 1 or a 2.
Yeah. You know what's also cool with the Micronauts is the clear resin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the really bright clear resin, the blues and the oranges and the reds were just so cool against the chrome. Like when you're a little kid and something.
I would even say they're probably the closest.
Traveler, like.
Yeah.
That's almost the closest to indie toys now. Like admittedly, if you look at like old toy lines and you look at like somebody who's like almost on the mark of what people are making and buying right now, they were almost too ahead of the time.
Right. Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Are your kids into any of your pieces?
No, not at all. But I have done some killer collabs with my son. One of my sons used to do a lot of art. He doesn't so much anymore because he's like 17 now, so
yeah,
he's into other things. But
those heads you guys did were friggin' amazing, man.
I'm so proud of him. Like, here's one. This was based on a drawing by Jason Covielli, I think his name's. Shit, sorry if I screwed that up if you're watching. So he does these sick ink drawings, just really quick doodles that are really twisted and sick. And my son sculpted this one from his drawing in 3D on the computer. And then I printed it and cast them in these cool metallics. I don't know if you could really see it, but it's really cool.
Dude, that's awesome, man. That looks like a weird version of Merman or something, man. That's sick.
They're so weird. Yeah, I don't even know. But it's cool because my son did it with me. He also did another one that Jason sketched for a guy named Uncle Spooky who does a online horror show, which is really cool. Like my kids.
Oh, that's cool.
Like,
I don't know if I've ever seen that one, man. That one's really freaking cool.
yeah, I only made him for Uncle Spooky. I sent him like 10 or 15 of them. Yeah, aren't they cool? I think this even glows in the dark. We did a Akamura one too. Hold on. So Akamura sent like the Santa Cruz hand. And he's like, oh, it'd be great if we could do one of those, but with my legendary claw. Or he has or his death kung fu grip. So my son sculpted Gerald's death grip, which took like 10 or 11 different prototypes. So that's Gerald's actual death grip with like the Santa Cruz mouth in the middle.
Oh, dude, that is sick.
Right, and his little goatee.
Did you make those?
Yeah.
Like, did you make a run of those?
Yeah. I made them out of rubber too, so they're like crazy.
Dude, that's awesome.
I have a whole box of seconds. I should have sent you one. I'll send you one, dude.
Oh, dude, those are sick. That's awesome.
Man, I gotta ask because you keep on saying rubber, and I'm curious now. I was trying to leave it, but when you were saying rubber earlier for when you were talking about like your molds and stuff, are you using rubber for your molds or are you using silicone?
Silicone rubber, yeah.
Oh, okay. So I just wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure it was just like a synonymous use of like a different word and not that you were maybe using a different material. That's all. I just wanted to double check.
They're actually, I mean, I use a different material for my molds, and then that is cast in urethane rubber, I think they call them, called TAS 16, which is a lot like Keshi. It's the most Keshi-like material I could find.
My apologies for interrupting, man. But thank you very much for clarifying that, dude.
And then like the where'd that one go? The that Akamura that's all stretchy and bendy, this one.
Yeah, that guy's super rubbery. That thing almost looks like
it's I made a flesh one and he's like, yeah, no. I mean, it's really, I mean, it's I think did you get a pocket dong that's fleshy like that?
No, but that was funny when Crumbs was like, that's like, and I'm like, don't say it. Don't say it.
So this is called EcoFlex 30. What's cool about this is all of the other resins are closed cell, which means you can't scent them. This is open cell, so you can scent it. So I sent some of these out that like smell like bananas and smell like strawberries. It's like, I don't even think I told people. It's just like,
dude, like, doesn't this smell like banana to you?
Right? Simian cheese, of course. Just funny.
Dude,
I like
whatever
materials.
Like bananas, man. I don't know what it is.
Have you ever seen Crumbs open a package? I mean, the guy just.
Oh, dude, if that guy smelled banana, like the licking portion of that would be interesting. He'd be like, oh man, it even tastes like bananas.
The worst part is I'm allergic to bananas. I'd probably go into full out panic mode, man. I'd be like, oh no! Calling you up, yo, homie, I gotta double check. Like,
that's funny.
Dude. Simian, do you have more goodies that you're gonna show off there in a second? I just want to double check.
If you want, yeah.
Heck yeah.
But I want to bug you really quickly. How did you figure out the foam? Because I remember you explaining what a pain that was to try and cast, and now I gotta know what's the secret.
Back pressure.
And now, how are you creating the back pressure? Like, are you putting a little hole? Like, what are you talking about here? Come on.
So, like this is actually a big ass mold. I made it too big. This is like the Sophia head mold. So that foam expands. Shit, I think it was like 5 times or something. So the foam will come up out of the mold and just like create this crazy demon leg on it if you put too much in. So once it starts coming out, I just cover it with another mold to put a little pressure to force it back in, to kind of make it push itself back in and fill those gaps in there. And it seemed to work. So I just cover it kind of halfway once it starts coming out, and then it kind of pushes itself into the mold. But if you do that too much, then it creates bigger gaps. So it's like, you got to get it just right. Like, I have so many of those heads that are just completely trash, but I'll do something with them. Like, I'll make a crazy whatever out of them. So
You're gonna need to make like a big giant resin Sophia head with a bunch of cut up little tiny pieces of spun Sophia head inside of it. Just the eyes. Just like that little goat you got there.
I made a red one too. I don't know what to do with the red one. If you have an idea of how I should paint the red one.
Yo, is that red or is it a Pepto-Bismol as it's coming across in screen?
Like a Pepto. I think it might like be UV change or like heat change or something too.
Dude, it looks like a big wad of bazooka bubble gum is what that looks like.
Good.
Bubblegum, fetus head, prolapsed anus. Those are the 3 choices I think you got here.
The prolapsed anus. I could put these together. Oh man, what are you doing to me?
Oh man. What's next, man? You said that you just kind of like the fire's relit now. You got what's on the horizon? Anything, just kind of taking it as it comes, or
yeah, I really haven't even thought about it. Like, I just did this light bright thing, got really excited about it. I was thinking about making a kaleidoscope out of the stupid little hands. And then I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. Usually stuff just happens. Like I think like the Bernie ET, I was literally holding a ET figure and I knocked a Bernie head off and it like rolled across the floor, and then there it was, so things just happen. I don't know. You're muted, Crumbs.
Crumbs is having a good old time over there. He is dying about something.
The corn.
Dude, it's you, man. Like, literally, your brain is hilarious. Well, I just did the light bright thing. Like, listing it off like these are like important things that had to happen. I did the light bright thing. That had to happen. I was thinking about doing a kaleidoscope with the hands. That probably has to happen as well. It's like, what the fuck?
I gotta keep. What else am I gonna do?
Keep the juices going, man. I love it. Oh my goodness.
I won't even show you that.
No, now you have to. Yeah, and with the amount of weird things you've shown, I gotta know now, dude. What you got over there?
Oh man. Oh, it's all in pieces.
No, just ruined your night.
It's all in pieces.
All right, my apologies, man.
This was a big ass.
I do love a big ass.
Like a big ass wrestler.
Oh,
big
damn.
Like huge. It's like 3 feet tall.
Wow.
So I took it and cut the head off it, put a skull on it. I actually put LEDs in the skull, made like this. I'll show you the chef. Oh, here he is. Right?
Oh.
I was making
like
a 3-foot Phantom Star Killer.
Wow.
Like this
That's
all
wild.
lights up, the eyes flash. I just never got around to finishing it, so maybe I'll finish him up. I made a cape for him. But
maybe a run of like a dozen on that.
that's a one-off, man.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow, that's awesome.
What else am I gonna do? I don't know. I'm kind of digging this toy du jour thing. It's like I like, they say, hey, we're doing a Knight Rider show. It's like, cool. That's fuel enough to like just try and figure out something weird to make, you know?
Yeah. Do you like that with shows when it's more like very focused on one thing, or when it's kind of more wide open to interpretation? Like, for instance, we just did the Knight Rider show. Let's take that, right? So, if you say, hey, something Knight Rider related or Nugget related, versus something where we just had like a psychedelic show where you could be kind of all over the place. Do you like it when there's more? It's focused on like one thing? Because I've talked to a few artists and they make pretty good arguments for either or, and it's all personal choice, I guess. What's your take on that?
I kind of like having more narrow bounds of just like a topic, not limited to materials or anything.
Yeah.
Because then it gives me freedom to like try new things. Like I'd never done any fabric stuff before. I'd never done any embroidery. I'd done tons of resin nuggets and stuff, and it was like, I could just hand those in, but I want to try something new. So I like having them kind of open like that. I really haven't done a lot of shows. I mean, really, the Toy du Jour shows are the only shows I've done. There's only been a few of them. So
yeah,
that's really helped me to get over this creative slump that I've been in. Just to have that spark, and then to have a deadline is cool too. Like, hey, we're having this show.
Sure.
You got to do something. So it forces you to think of something and forces you to get moving on it instead of just.
Yeah, a little bit of a schedule,
ass.
right? Yeah, something that you got to dedicate some time to. I think I was just talking to an artist about that, just trying to dedicate time on a regular basis to something and maybe seeing if that would kind of re-spark the interest, I think there's probably arguments either way for that, but that's a great way to do it, man.
Yeah, it's tough with me because I just like when I get the fever, I do it. So it's like if I set, I'm going to do it 3 hours every night. I don't think I could do that. Then it would just be like, oh, another thing I got to freaking do,
Yeah.
Whereas now I get a stupid idea and I could just immediately go in and just do it, which is great. It's really a good freedom.
You almost need to get like a whiteboard where you just list off all the asinine ideas that you get, and then that way, whenever you're just feeling like low on motivation, you go in and you're like, "Oh yeah,
right?
Pepto-prolapse Sophia. What am I doing? I've got things to make."
I've got all kinds of like half-finished projects sitting around. You like the Phantom Star Killer or that.
Dude, when you pulled up the Phantom Star Killer, my brain instantly thought, okay, we gotta find all the homies with ADHD. We're all going to Simian Cheese's house, and we're just gonna touch his shit, and then we're gonna leave, and there's gonna be a half dozen projects everywhere for him to finish for us. Because, dude, I feel like you're one of the team. You're like the captain of 1,000 different. I don't know anybody else who works with that many different materials other than Zymet Co. He might be the only other dude I know who's kind of like, I need to try every material.
He's insane.
All you dudes are insane, man.
I got another one here. This one, let me grab it. Hold on. Another piece by Worst.
I love when you grab it.
Hold on. This is one I did for, I think it was for the same Nugget show, actually. I did a ton for that show. I only did one of these for them. But I have some more sitting around that I just haven't assembled. He nug. So
yeah, I don't remember seeing any of those.
No, I only sold the one. Kind of a pet project that Worst Toy Ever wanted to do, and he went off. Like, look at the back.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Oh, dude, that's sick.
Just incredible, right?
Yeah.
So
wow.
I cast it up all in different colors, and like I got all these legs around, bunch of arms, just like all this stuff just sitting around as I just haven't done it.
Those colors are great.
Yeah, I love these colors, huh? Blues and greens and purples, and
man, your casts are gorgeous, homie. I want to.
It's fun. Well, it's a lot of fun doing this stuff. Oh, here's some of those little Morgan mini.
Oh yeah.
Spot on, dude.
And they're hollow too, which is casting something hollow is a pain in the ass because under pressure they want to crush.
Oh shoot!
So you gotta
Please, did you know that before? Like, did you know it was a hollow piece before you ended up popping it in there? So you were able to pop some clay or anything in though?
yeah, it's so cheap, you could tell that it's hollow. You
Right.
don't actually have to fill it, you just have to vent it outside of the mold.
Please explain that one because I think the homies in the chat would be very intrigued to hear that, man. What do you mean exactly, please?
So let's see, where the hell did that thing go? Oh, it's inside the egg. So like,
Make like a butthole plug for
yeah,
the silicone?
actually with this one, it's hollow and there's no opening in it. And it's hard enough plastic where I didn't fear it was going to collapse. So I actually didn't worry about it with that one. I took a risk of ruining a really rare toy by doing that. What I normally would do is just poke a little hole in it just to allow the air to come out of the inside of it so it doesn't get, doesn't implode under the pressure, because pressure pot's pretty intense. It's a lot of pressure.
What are you normally rocking your pressure pot at, if you don't mind? Sorry.
Oh,
121?
I don't even know. Let me look at it.
No problem.
Right. What do I run it? Probably like 55 pounds.
PSIs. Okay.
It's like rolling away now.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, but it's a lot of pressure. I mean, it's a bomb,
Yeah.
So I've cast some Sofubi stuff, like these legs here were from a Super 7 Sofubi, which is hollow. So I didn't want to, I didn't want it to collapse. I didn't want it to fill with rubber. So I had to vent it outside of the mold. It's pretty cool. I'll write something up about it. It's kind of hard to explain.
Even the chat, I think, is a little bit intrigued about that one, man. We're coming up at almost a little over an hour, dude. So I'm gonna kind of ask you: is there anything that you would like to maybe get off or out before we kick you the heck out of here tonight?
Let's see. I made a list of people that are awesome. I think I already mentioned most of them. Have you guys seen Bastard of the Universe? What he's doing with those
what you got there?
printed Shogun Godzillas? Have you seen that shit? That stuff? Sorry.
I don't know, man. That doesn't sound familiar. I'm sure Crumbs is about to pull it up.
You should pull him up. So he's taken like the old classic big Shogun Godzilla with the tongue.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he like scanned it or what he's done, but he 3D prints these things that are fully functional in like all these different colors, like glow in the dark or like marbled. And
yeah, I think we pulled these ones up a while back. And admittedly, they're so good. I didn't know if he was doing customs or if they were, because that's where we're at now with these things. Is you look at something and you're not sure if somebody has bought an old knockoff and painted it, or full up casted something, and now it gets really tough.
Oh, dude, and he did the box too. What?
The fists it shoots, like
holy smokes!
Yeah, someone's got to choke on one of those fists ASAP.
All right.
It's a goodie, man.
Wow, man, that's crazy.
I think they're like $180 or something.
Oh, dude, I thought it would be more than that.
Pretty good. Pretty insane.
Wow.
Let's see. Big shout out to Barbarian Rage and Extra Truck Terrestrial Toys and Killer Bootlegs. Daniel Yu. I love Daniel Yu. I still collect all his stuff. He's super inspiring. He created like Crawdaddy and OMFG. This has gone on to create these incredible pieces. I mean, just the detail in them are just so insane and so affordably priced. They're like $20 for this insane resin. Free Karate Chops is my bro locally. He's awesome. Worst Toy Ever is awesome. Gerald Nakamura is awesome. And just everybody else. Like all these people I chat with online are great. All the people that click like and just support. And I just appreciate everybody. Like I wouldn't be doing this if people didn't give a shit. So I'm really honored to be a part of this and just am so grateful for everything.
Well said, man. I know speaking for myself, dude, I'm sure Crumbs would probably say the same, but dude, just some really, really fun pieces, man. Like you said, the nostalgia, we always talk about nostalgia on the show. Nostalgia is big, man. It's big right now. And I think it's, for our generation, like you said, dude, it's a big thing. It's one of the last kind of generations. I think that what you were talking about is where everybody kind of watched the same thing and talked about the same thing. And there wasn't a whole lot of variety out there. So that's dope, man. I love your work, dude.
Thanks, bro.
The stuff that comes out, like you said, man, it's nostalgic for everybody, dude. I've bought a few pieces from you just based on personal experiences I've had or memories that I've had. And those pieces shoot, man, those are the pieces to have, man. When you look at something and it sparks a memory from your past, it's something you can't match, dude. It's crazy.
I appreciate it, bro. That means a lot to me.
Yeah.
See, he goes nostalgia. I'm just going straight up, dude. Your shit's silly as fuck, and I love it. This is days you need a little smile, man, and I love that shit, dude. And I think if B's saying that nostalgia's in right now, no, I think all the homies just need some smiles right now. So I love when you make, yeah.
Yeah. I still owe you a satanic tree.
Hey, you know what though, man? You're a busy dude, and when it happens, it happens. You know I'm always interested and over here ready. Your website needs to be changed to allow Canadians to just order, sir.
I know, it's such a pain in the ass, though.
Well, there you go. And plus, it means I get to come over and talk to you anyway. Slide into those
Dude,
DMs.
what a great reason. I love that reason. It's such a pain in the ass. Dude, I'll tell you what, man. I was just at the post office like 2 or 3 days ago, and I sent 2 international packages. And this poor bastard behind the counter, man, this kid, it was like it's got to be his first week. And he looks at it and he goes, "Oh, first one to Australia for me." And I turn around, I look at the people, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, and dude, I was there forever. This kid just could not. He was asking me questions I've never heard before. And you're right, dude. It's a pain in the ass.
And it's expensive. Like I would never assume somebody wants me to ship a $8 figure for like $20 to Canada.
No, but that's why. But then when we slide into those stores, we're like, well, I'm gonna need one of these and one of these and one of these and then I get when you're kind of like, well, this is a fucking pain in the ass. Now I've got this guy asking me for like 15 things I forgot I didn't even put on my store as not being sold out yet. I gotta go cast one of these now for him apparently, and my shipping rates are all off, so I'm actually paying money in gas and materials and time.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
No, I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are patrons. You guys are really, really doing a lot for the scene. I appreciate it. It's cool.
Dude, you do a lot for the scene, homie. No word of lie when I mentioned it to you earlier. There's a lot of cats in here that when they drop that legal name that you were birthed with, you fucking pushed them, man. You definitely inspired and motivated them, whether it be that you just handed them a toy one day, sent them some toys, explained it to them how to make some stuff, or when they were feeling undermotivated or under appreciated in the scene, you gave them that little push that they maybe needed, man. You're definitely one of the good guys, homie.
Awesome. Thanks, dude.
No, thank you. Get the heck out of here.
All right, peace. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Thanks, man. Oh, man, what a good dude. Holy crap, man. You know what? I'm looking over here to my left, dude, and I see my little Simian Cheese collection over there. And I'm like, dude, that's what I really like, interviews like that, man, because now I'll be able to look at that collection and be like, you know what, man, those are really cool pieces and they are nostalgic and whatnot. But Joe is a fucking great dude, man. And it makes those pieces even that much more special. So, dude, huge thanks to Joe for coming on, man. That was freaking sick, dude. Dude, like you said, man, Simian Cheese is one of those dudes that's been around and just doesn't do a lot of interviews and stuff, but that was freaking awesome, dude. What a freaking rad dude. You're on mute.
There's times I'm on mute because I'm literally just like, sign language does enough.
Okay.
The brain on that guy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just like that. I like that exploratory nature, man. And you know what? Admittedly, I'm sure it wasn't very comfortable. So Simian, homie, thank you. I'm sure it's not comfortable for anybody to discuss what it's like to go through a dry spell when they're not being able to make. But everybody goes through them. Everybody goes through them. Some people, they're like a week. Some people, they're a couple months. Sometimes they're a year. That being said, actually, a little digression moment. Tomorrow evening, if anybody's interested, at 7 p.m. Eastern, a bunch of us are going to be hanging out. We're going to be on a little Zoom call there. And I did put in there, it'll be a proverbial drink. I would like to clarify 99.9% of us in this toy scene do not actually consume any drinks. And 90% of what time happens is, somebody lovely like a leader like Jazz Wiz might sit there and kind of be like, well, homies, allow me to entertain you with some tales around the fire. And maybe a whole bunch of the other homies will sit around being like, well, shucks, if that guy's painting and I'm just sitting here right now with my thumb up my butt, I better grab something and start painting too. And somebody else is kind of like, well, shoot, I'm going to go on mute for a second and pop something in the pressure pot. And before you know it, sometimes just seeing some other dudes doing that can really inspire and motivate you to do it. But it's not just that one night. What becomes dope about that is you can meet other people that you actually really enjoy mirroring with. And when I say mirroring, I don't mean you both then sit there taking cigarette breaks every 5 seconds. No, you both you throw it on and you pull out some work and you shoot the proverbial poop while you paint away, man. And I think some of the dudes just kind of need that. So if anybody's interested, tomorrow night, 7 p.m., bunch of us hanging out.
Boom. And Simian Cheese, dude, what a good ambassador, like just for the scene as a whole, right? Because he talks about how he was, kind of went through college and was really focused on art, then got out of art. And then it was a, Barbarian Rage who got him back into it and said, hey, man, this is, kind of rekindled that fire, dude, and said, that's all what it's about, dude. And that kind of goes back to what you're saying on, for tomorrow night. There's just a really good, group of people that are genuinely interested about how other people are doing creatively, personally. And that was a great story, man. That's very cool. We got a Barbarian Rage piece here to show tonight, actually. But yeah, dude, phenomenal guest, man. That was super fun. Tomorrow night should be cool too.
There were so many elements what I love about that, man. Like, one, the motivation not really being there, but the excitement of making something that was fun for him, sparking that back, where then I was like, oh, heck yeah, I'm gonna make something fun for you, buddy. And that's what's gonna do it, right? And then I would even actually say, like, it becomes even more fun where it's kind of like the dude experiments with so many different materials that, like, knowing that had been a material that used to cause him frustrations, he ended up actually going right to that one to make something. So even that becomes fun to me, where it's kind of like, well, heck yeah, dude, you didn't let that medium kick your butt. You didn't let the fact that every now and then you're getting some duds stop you. You were having fun, and you just pushed right on through all those obstacles to get cool stuff out there. The little ripple effect happened, like I was mentioning even before, right? Toss that little stone, man. Right, he ended up hooking up the extra little faker one. Well, the faker one gets opened on the Dove show. Dove sees it. Dove's kind of like, well, dang, I want one of those. The ripple effect, man. Then he's kind of like, oh, Dove, dude, you want one? I'll make sure to get you one. Your buddy likes this. I'll make sure your buddy gets one. The ripple effect. You have no idea sometimes that little stone toss, how it just ripples and gets bigger and bigger, right? It's like, oh, fuck yeah, man. Love that shit.
Dude, it's like we were talking about earlier, one small thing, right? Make one small change in the day, man. And you never know what's going to be that spark, and that was the spark for him.
Dude. Yeah, you and I were talking about that earlier, homies. If it's like anybody, this goes for anybody. Even if you're on the good right now, one change a day. If there's something you don't like, you don't have to change everything, right? You don't have to suddenly become vegan overnight, aka. It's like, dudes, change one thing. If you're having 12 cups of coffee, tomorrow have 12 cups of coffee and a glass of water. There you go. You changed one thing. Start small. One a day. Why not? Beat your goal from yesterday.
We do have 2 Simian Cheese prize packs to give away. We'll give those away at the end of the show.
I'm going to do a share screen of the wheel real quick so that way if anybody watching hasn't been put on that wheel, if you guys don't mind chiming in, we're at an hour and a half into the show. I'm sure B's got some unboxings, and we're aiming for that 2-hour mark. Let's see if we can do it, homie.
Word up. What are we doing? We're doing opens? Oh,
I'm doing a quick wheel just so if anybody doesn't see your name on here, please let me know. I might have missed you when we were talking to the old Simian Cheese there. I've got Worst Villain Ever, Stormical Station, Goblin Mob, Much of That, Pocket Salsa, Jazz Wizard, One Fake Name, Zimico, Bootleg Toy Code, Diddle Clement, DB in Wisconsin, Custom Craft, Johnny Marbles, Recycle Galaxy, 8-Bit Mike, Doesn't Strawberries, Mr. Ordinary, Liz the Rap Boys, Slightly Adrift, Carolina, Coolcat, Max Patton, Porpoise, Mothman, Republic, Suki, Street Fighter, SPDAC, McDucky, Chris Surgeon, PK Mates, Evilly Wing, Killer Bootleg, Fletcher Sandvik, Gray Skull Toys, Recollection, DTO Keith, and I'm sure Simian Cheese is okay without receiving a bundle back of his stuff. Barry Boba, you bet, homie. I just saw you. I'm so sorry about that, dude.
Oh, Sarah Booze.
Sarah. We get that Sarah Bose.
Oh.
aka on Team Kyle Kerwin. So I'm curious if Kyle Kerwin is hanging out right now. I don't know why I know these things about your lives. Pocket salsa, good night.
Mario Boba, put me on. Gotcha. Gotcha,
Hey,
man.
how come I don't have pockets? There you are up at the top there. Who else we missing? Who else we missing? Kilo Flu, what up? Kilo Flow, congratulations on that drop, homie. You are, dude, you're just killing it nonstop. And sorry for the all caps this morning. I felt like such a goober when I saw that, my dude. Especially given that you were like, "Do you mind changing that?" I'm like, "It's changed." And then I'm like, "Oh damn it! Why the caps, homie? What was I doing?" I knew it. Kerwin, what up, homie? Love the new piece. The paint app on that sick. Baba Jock, I see you. I will add you. Alrighty, so now I'm going to stop sharing screen. Anybody continue to try and chime in there. B's going to open some dope ass box.
Boom. Here we go. Number one, we're going to start off with Barbarian Rage. Speaking of Barbarian Rage, this one right here, man, this is the latest vinyl, the Berserker that came out. I chose the red with the glow in the dark. Header card, boom. Very nice. But man, this is sick, dude. This is freaking awesome. It is articulated. The glow on this thing, man. I'm going to shut the lights off here in a second just to show this, but this is badass, dude. The paint on there, the red, super crisp on the lines there. And then you got that really nice fade coming up from the arms. The skull on the chest, that also glows. The eyes, man, wait till you see the eyes. Not only is the glow in the skull, but then the eyes are like a UV as well. When you put the light on there, you'll see it kind of lights up. But sick, man. Yeah.
Their head in the body too.
There's a head in the body there.
Damn, Barb.
Yeah.
Yo, hats off to that little leather accessory too.
Oh, dude, I was just gonna get to that, man. That is dope. That's a leather belt on there. And you're right, dude. That adds a ton to it. Super sick. Love that little accessory on there. So I'm gonna turn the lights off and we'll take a look at this thing below right quick. Dude, the eyes on this thing are so sick, man. Look at that. Boom. Super sick glow. That chest, that head in the chest glows real nice. You can't really see the eyes, the UV. Oh, you can kind of see it right there, man. But the UV eyes are like a red. Whew. Look at that. So sick. Look at that glow, man. Hard. Boom. Berserker. Barbarian Rage. Woo! So good, man. I've seen these in a few different flavors. Red, blue. I believe there's some blanks, possibly too.
If you don't mind, I'm just curious because the glow is so strong on there on the eyes and on like the body section. But
yeah,
is the red on the underwear and the gloves and in the jaw, is that reacting as well, or it's just popping right now?
It's just popping right now. I think it's so I think what it is, it's a glow in the dark base, right, with the red paint over it. And yeah, it looks like it's glowing, but it's just the glow from underneath, I think. Sick though, man. Really sick.
You know,
nice.
I'll admit, man, what I love about that is considering that Barbarian Rage has been in resin for so long and this is his first vinyl piece, it still translates a lot of that style from his illustrative work. Well, I don't know if you really want to call it illustrative work, puppeteering work, claymation work. What would you really call his like stop motion stuff? What, like, how do you really describe that style? But then even like how that translates over to his resin sculpts, and then to see his style now translate over to vinyl, and then to have even like that like Barbarian Rage, like the leather where he keeps his belt or his watch cufflet.
Yeah,
It's like well-rounded piece, man. That really
Yeah.
it really carries over the Barbarian Rage into a vinyl.
Yeah, it's sick, man. And like I said, the scale of it is probably, I don't know, 5, maybe 5.5 even. But dope, man. Really, really love
Average.
that. I think, yeah, PK Mate
Average.
said PK Mate said he snagged a purple one. That's a dope one too. Yeah, nice grab.
I don't think there
Boom.
could be a bad color in those, man. Those are sharp.
Absolutely not. Yeah, you're right. And God, dude, the paintwork on the skull there is really good too, man. Check that out. Sick. Barbarian Rage, Berserker. Go get it. Next, dude, we'll go to this one. Worst villain ever. Worst villain ever. The He Walks, the Beast Walk. Now this was one that was at PowerCon, and then the leftovers went to E2K and sold out almost immediately, and that's where this one came from. E2K, boom, go shopping. Great stickers, by the way. That's a great logo, man. You know what I mean? Love that one.
Another example, in my opinion, of how knowledge getting putting out there causes artists to become exponentially better rapidly, man. Worst villain ever, Ordinary Toys. Like, those are the cats right now that it's like just boom, boom, boom. I'm new, but check it.
Yeah. And I just realized this is kind of going against my green shirt there, but dope. Sick piece, man. I really loved seeing the process pictures of these, the wax sculpting. It is magnetic articulation on the arms. Nice work there. But dope, man. Really good paint work on there.
Show, if you don't mind, hold up the back portion for a second. There's parts of that sculpt I don't think I'd ever seen. I love how that looks like almost like a, I don't even, like a log, a hood. I dig.
Yeah, you know what, dude? And what's really cool about that is on Beastman's original stuff, he's got that extra collar that comes on that is detachable. And I think it's supposed to be kind of reminiscent of that. But yeah, you're right, dude. That's all hand sculpted on there and dope. I love the little the skull they got on the chest there. Boom. Sick. Really good paintwork too, man. I love the colors on that. It's like a it's green, but it's almost like a sea green, almost like a patinaed metal look almost. Sick. Yeah, Ordinary Toys says colors. Yep, for sure. Beast Walk, man.
Which,
super good.
and huge shout out Death and Strawberries and Kerfloss, man, Wax Lab guys, because in my opinion, like this right there is kind of what those dudes have been working towards showing us you can do. And Worst Villain Ever was like kind of like the only person out of us that wasn't a complete idiot that was like, I get what you guys are putting down, and then actually executed it.
Yeah. Well, this kind of go, but for sure, man, it just kind of goes back to what Simian Cheese was saying, right? And people being able to share the process, dude. There's a freaking good example right there, man. Is the wax sculpting that DNS and Kerfloss has done. I mean, you talk about a freaking, wax sculpting 101. Now here's a guy, Worst Villain Ever, that sees that and says, I want to try that. And then he's cranking out stuff like that, dude.
Bingo, bango.
I mean, bam, that's how it works. Hey, I want to do that. Okay, cool. I'll show you how to do it. Okay, cool. Now I made something that's sick. I mean,
teach me how to Dougie. Teach me how to Dougie. Yeah.
And wax sculpt.
And wax sculpt. I thought that's what the Dougie was. Fuck.
Yeah. AKA wax sculpting. So cool, man. Worst villain ever. That was dope. Thank you, dude. That's awesome. That will go on the
Beautiful
collage.
Piece. And you ended up grabbing that over at the E2K store?
I sure did. E2K, those are sold out.
Those. Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah. There was, and you know what, man? They actually, I think they did really well at PowerCon too. There was only a few left in the leftovers, but they got snapped up pretty quick, man. The black and red one is still his favorite. Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, the black and red, that one was dope, man. Holy smokes. All right, dude. Last box. This is a good one, dude. Yeah.
Before you do, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Yes.
Would you mind showing the guys what they're gonna win in that first little giveaway bundle, and we'll spin the wheel real quick so we're not left with too many fun things?
Great idea. Let's do this. Okay, so this pack is gonna have the plushie nugget. She's hot.
That is a labor of love, man. I know we talk about how resin stuff sometimes is a labor of love. That's a labor of love. Like I'm
Dude,
sure getting that embroidered and then spending the time cutting all those and filling them and then having a friend sew them up.
dude, and I'll tell you what, man, I've seen enough plushies in my life having kids where you see like the low end where it's like something from a fair and it's usually got like the white beads in it and it's like there's a bunch of holes in it and pockets of air, and that's bullshit. And then if you go and you buy something like from Disneyland where you're going to pay out the ass for it, but it's an actual but it's good quality. That's what this is. Super good quality, man. It is. I mean, that's dope. Bam. So we got the nugget. That is part of it. That's one. This one is also going to have two. Let's see. I bet. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, these are so sick. So these are little small nuggets. These are UV reactive, and they are super, super sick. This one's blue and green. This one's pink. And I'm telling you,
the Earth nugget, dude. Come on. That's rad.
Dude, the UV on that is just freaking amazing. It's hard to see UV on the camera like that, but
UV, more like you need.
Okay. Great. Love the mustache. Boom. So it's going to come with the plushie nugget. Two of the smaller nuggets. You're going to get a Simian Cheese keychain. Boom. That's going in the box. You're going to get Simian Cheese sticker. That's going in the box. You're going to get a worst toy ever Simian Cheese pack of stickers, sticker sheet. Boom. You're going to get a worst toy ever sticker. Boom. That's pack one. There it is, my friend. That's what we got for the first packet.
You guys saw it. You guys saw that first packet. Now we're going to pack it. Alrighty. If you do not see yourself elf on this list, I think we've shown it quite a few times this evening. Recycle Galaxy, let me double check, homie. And if I'm not I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I thought I had seen you guys maybe drop something on your page, but maybe I'm wrong. And, I'll have to eat some crap. But I think I've caught everybody, and there are going to be 2 giveaways here this evening. So if somehow there's a delay and I've missed you, it is never intentional. It is only that I am a snot guy.
Cliffhanger there, man.
I wasn't sure if I'm allowed to say I'm a stoned guy with the PG or not, so snot it was.
Oh, you know what? We broke that rule quite a bit tonight, man. And I think we were. Thank you, everybody. I think we were. Pretty good.
I was probably the worst one ever. I definitely took advantage wherever I could on the little puns, and then just gave B a wink and stood there with a straight face, watching him die.
That's funny, bro. You know what? And when I would say something, and then I'm kind of like, "Don't look at Crumbs. You're gonna laugh. Don't look at Crumbs."
All right, spinning it, man.
All right.
Oh shit, worst villain ever. I don't know how I didn't catch that. We were too busy talking about stupid shit. Oh yes, you're at the very top, homie.
Yeah.
There we go. Slightly adrift.
Boom. Slightly adrift.
Awesome. Getting a little Simian Cheese love.
Yeah. Please send your address to the show page or to my page or to Crumbs' page, whichever you would like. And we will get that out to you ASAP.
You're Googling prolapses. Worst villain ever. Don't do it, homie. Don't do it, homie. Honestly.
Boom. So there's that one. We got one more open and then one more giveaway. The last giveaway, we're going to do the Sophia head. Bing. And then there's a bunch of other, we got the Sophia head. Bing. And then we got more little things. We got another nugget. This one kind of has like almost a rubbery type feel to it. It's really cool. And then keychain, stickers, all the good stuff. So we'll do that one last. Next on the list for the open, it's the last open of the night.
I'm going to cut you off one more time.
Yeah, all good.
It seems like that box is phenomenal. And I mentioned to you, I've got a box sitting here.
Oh, yes. Cool. Please do.
And there's something in there for you. But if you've got like a banger, I figure we end the show with your banger of a box.
For sure. Kilo Flow. And there's actually, yeah, absolutely, man. Kilo Flow. There's 3 pieces in here that are freaking pristine. So have at it, my man.
We're gonna kilo flow bang the end and do a quick little Saruga mark / Quail Toys.
There you go.
Okay, so if you guys don't know, obviously I love Saruga Mark. This dude is a young chap. He has actually worked very hard to get Safubi manufacturing and producing going on over in California. Akashi Records, who a lot of us have actually talked about before, also ended up doing some pulls for them over there. That guy can paint some freaking dope vinyl. He's been in the scene for a long ass time. Saruga Mark did some dinosaurs. I had asked Saruga if he doesn't mind if he's going to hook me up with some dinosaurs. And actually, the dude is a fucking amazing guy because I wanted to get B a dinosaur and B homie. I think he might have twinsed us because I even told you originally he was going to send one of the dinos your way, and it looks like he sent them both my way. But there's two painted guys here that I think I don't want to pull them out of the packaging only because I want you to be able to let me know which guy you want here. But admittedly,
oh man, those are awesome, dude.
So I think we've got a clear, sparkly vinyl, Wonder Paint, gold, pinks, greens, red teeth. Look at that freaking eye on there, dude.
That is sick.
And then you've got this lovely little like Hawaiian colored guy with this sick ass little friggin'. So this is cool to me. That would actually be like the pour spout of one of them, cut off, painted and cut like a weird little like collar on it, and put back onto it. That's super Pachi style in my opinion. And then an unpainted, all clear sparkle vinyl.
Dope.
So man, you know I'm gonna hit you up after the show. We'll do a little chatty there because I know you're running a dino, and
oh my god, dude,
Saruga Mark is the shit on dinos.
And they sell out quick.
They sell out quick, man. I'm gonna be a weirdo. Admittedly, I'm selfishly gonna hold on to this guy because admittedly I love the Kanoko Saijin, and this is a weird little pocky freak of nature that looks like it's about half of one of the dinos, so not even one of the full, and it looks like they've rammed one of the Kanoko Saijin heads just right down on half that body. This dude I'm gonna quickly open because admittedly I think this is fucking funny to me, and this is where I think Saruga Mark hits the mark, dude. Is he understands that scene. In my opinion, he really understands the like soft vinyl culture and scene to result in something weird as hell like this, man. Anyways, Saruga Mark, Quail Toys, those guys are fucking dope. B, you know I'm dying to see the Kilo Flow package. Hit me in the DMs. I'm not gonna make you have to awkwardly.
Dude, first of all, those are all so good, dude. And I think we have Saruga Mark lined up to be on the show soon.
October 5th, I think he asked us to leave open for him.
Yes. That's going to be fun, dude. Like you said, those dinosaurs, I've been trying to get one of those for a long time. Dinosaurs, just in general, I think as far back as I can remember, that it was the first toy that I had. Or I remember playing with is dinosaurs, dude. Dinosaurs were freaking huge. You know, in my household, dinosaurs weren't guns. They weren't on TV. You know, you had to learn about them and you had to, you know, it was a very educational thing that you could also play with, which for my mom was right up her alley. So they're dope, man. I love those. The paintwork on those are freaking amazing. Holy smokes.
I don't want to be a douche, but I will say I've got a funny feeling that on some of these, I'm like, that's Akashi Records. I love Saruga Mark to death, but admittedly, in my opinion, when you look at the paint apps, especially on the eyeballs of the two of them, it's very distinctive. Like, one is like a perfect red eye, perfect yellow circle with that perfect black, like, dino eye. The other, silver dot with a black dot in the center. And you're like, Saruga, Akashi.
Yeah.
I'm going to
That's funny, man.
I'm going to let you show off your beautiful box over there, man.
Okay, cool. Here we go. Kilo Flow. So first of all, let's look at the little extras in here because I thought these were freaking rad. The sticker, boom, really, really cool sticker. Boom. The Partly Sunny Angel is what we're going to take a look at today.
Kilo works fast, homie. Think of first toy, entering the toy scene, drop after drop, beautiful stickers. Guys, take notes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Take notes seriously. A really good package too, man. There's some really cool stuff in here. A little business card, contact info, but the little extras, dude. God, I freaking love these. This little angel magnet, that is sick. That
Yeah,
will
that's
go to my
good.
daughter. That'll go to my daughter. This will
Good
also
thing
go to
I'm
my
your
daughter.
daughter.
That's true. You're the older one, so um,
That's
the
gorgeous.
oh man, that is so good. It's a keychain and it's a wing, but it's got like this kind of purplish, almost iridescent look to it. Sick. And then a little sun keychain. Boom. Very cool. All right, now this is the Partly Sunny Angel. I got 3 of these because I like things in sets of 3. I also got them because they represent things in myself and my kids, which is why I was drawn to these 3 specifically. And there's not a whole lot of these. These are all one-offs, but there's not a whole lot of these on the website. I mean, there is, but they usually sell pretty quick. So for her to have 3 on there that I was specifically drawn to, I was like, wow, that's a must buy. Anyways, here's one. This she's got like a flower on her head. That's very cool. Boom. It's like a pinkish. Oh man, I don't really know how to describe that. It's probably more pink than anything, but that's awesome. Bam, these are so cool. This other one has a little clownfish in it. Which
That's
is awesome.
great with the watery pour in the bottom, man.
Yeah, watery pour and then the clownfish in there. That's super sick, man. That one hits home big time for me. And then this one is another one with the seahorse in it. Bam, that is another good one. And all 3 of the yeah, go ahead.
Did you know the male seahorse takes care of the children? Keep that in mind.
Also, yes. Also, seahorses are typically, I don't know what the word for it is, but they typically have one partner their entire life.
And huge dicks. That big thing you see at the bottom isn't even a tail on male seahorses. So a very relevant piece for you.
Oh man, but all 3 of these dudes so good. Here's the bag that they came in with a really nice header card on it.
Kilo's saying the clownfish glows.
Oh, the clownfish glows. Let's take a look at that. I'm gonna turn the lights off right quick.
Prove it.
About to. Oh man, indeed it does. Look at that.
Hot damn dicks.
Yes, dude.
Jeez, that's gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
Art.
This is a like a really nuclear blue, dude. That is sick. Nice. Great box, man. That's a really, really cool one. Like I said, all 3 of these mean a lot to me personally. And that's why I got them. And for the fact that, you know, there was 3, let's say there was like 6 available and I was really drawn to 3 of them. There's something saying you better freaking buy those. So that's what I did. And I'm extremely happy with them. Thank you very much. Kilo Flow. The almost or Partly Sunny Angel. Check those out. There's a lot of them. There's some super sick ones on that site. But really good job, man. Those are dope. I really love that work. And that's it for the opens tonight, man. The last thing that we got is the Simian Cheese package, the last one.
We do have that. We also have a couple drops that I kind of want to look.
Dude, I didn't even think about the tabs tonight.
Well, we've been flying by, like, you know what I mean, man? We've been going, dude, and we're on a mission tonight. At some point we started, I don't even know what it is that you needed 2 hours for, where you were kind of like, if we get this done in 2 hours, I got to do blah, blah, blah. And my brain was like, 2 hour mission, let's do it.
No, it was the resin blood thing that's coming on. The auction thing starts at 8 o'clock.
Like I said, I didn't even know
what that is.
All
yeah, and you know what? Like I said, man, it was a kind of a last minute thing. I don't follow the guy who's doing the auction. There's you can probably find the link through Resin Blood's page, I would think. I think he posted something about it. Yeah, absolutely. Kilo Flow. Appreciate it. Really, truly. They are cool pieces. I'll probably message you later on and let you know exactly why I was drawn to these pieces, but they are pieces that I will have forever. And they're super sick, man. I'm very, very glad to have those.
I've been trying not to, but I'm just gonna do it. I'm taking that low-hanging fruit. You never tell me I've got a great box.
Well,
Anyways,
when you have one, I'll tell you.
you've never asked to see. You can't make assumptions. It is 2023. I will cancel you so fast your head will spin. Alrighty, starting off with Pamro Toys. If anybody hasn't been on over to Pamro's site, I believe he actually still has one of the last Globa Fets for 32 ohm. Also has a couple of the last 2 red blue snags, 30. So if you guys haven't been over to the Pamro page, please get on that if it interests you, if it's tickling your fancy there. I am going to get a little bit better tonight, I think, maybe, at pasting the links over to you guys in the chat. So boom, let me grab this, drag this down here, boom, boom, back over to my other tabs, boom, boom, we on this. Next, our good buddy, Ordinary Toys. Boom, Pamro one. I know the homies have been talking about this drop. Friday, September 22nd, 8 p.m. Eastern, aka tomorrow evening. These are going live. Anybody who's been looking at these Lost Ronins from Dimension 666, they're going to be going live. I'm sure if you reach out to Ed, he'll keep you posted. Don't lose this shit. I am not old Greg. Get the fuck out of here, Death and Strawberries. Jeez. Monster Vat Toys. This guy literally took a little bit of a break and came back with a fucking vengeance, homie. I am loving the colors on his recent prints. Damn. Look at this shit. Interactive little peg guy, like a little spider. Glossy red friggin'. This guy looks honestly like a piece of Safubi. Monster Vat, homie. I am glad to see you back out. I'm glad to see that you're just killing it with the new prints, dudes. Boom, boom. Copy, paste. Psh, psh. Death and Strawberries. How do you like that, homie? I'm on the paste game. I don't even have a spreadsheet open. Probably should have a spreadsheet open. Shotgun Karaoke, a.k.a. All Out Domo, a.k.a. the Kurt Cobain Kid. This dude was showing off these Boba Fetts the last time he was on. Claim drop, get on it. You definitely drink Bailey's from a shoe. You don't need to hide it. This is a safe space.
Bro, did you call him the Kurt Cobain Kid?
Yeah. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. It's okay.
Oh, I get it. I get it. I haven't heard that before. That's good. That's good. Ooh.
That's just it, man. Like, admittedly, in my opinion, after we were all drooling and whatever the other night, we were all asking, when the heck are you dropping them? Dude dropped them. Claim sale is here. Write claim in the comments if you'd like them. 30 pounds USD for one, 75 pounds USD and a bundle. There you go. Heading on over to pieces of plastic. Dude. Loving that pour, man. I would definitely wear some gotchis with that pour. I need some gotchis with this pour, actually.
You know what, man? That piece doesn't that look like a Low-Tech Studios piece?
They have a Low-Tech Studio vibe, dude. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what I find is kind of funny is actually Low-Tech Studio is a fan of Think Out to the Toy Box. And I would actually say you could literally put all 3 of these artists' pieces together. One of his astronauts with the skull, one of these pieces, and then one of the dog walkers. And they would look right at home together, man. Absolutely. I'm loving this wash on that skull there. Dope work, man. Pieces of plastic. Copy. I probably should do this. Cerebos. Those are also Wizard rinse wine reference. Wizard of rinse wine? What the hell is rinse wine? And that is a hard word for somebody with a speech impediment. I call ableism, sir. I'm just teasing, sorry. Drew Mazer, Flagrant Productions. Dude, this little moss boy right here and those tight silver boots. Sorry, 5.5 soft vinyl, aka I'm just gonna start referring to all the soft vinyl in the 5.5 when it's just short of 6. Average soft vinyl size. Your average and good sized vinyl piece. I'm liking this, dude.
Nice. Yeah, that's
killer work.
dope
dude.
one.
I don't know if some of these are like this is where we're at with vinyl right now too, man. With those wonder colors, the translucent ones, it is very difficult sometimes to tell if these guys are getting an assortment of vinyl or if this is literally that Wonder Goblin paint. Because look at this clear here
Mm,
versus the beautiful yellow that you've got over here.
right. Good eye, man. That's a good question. I don't know. But you know what? I would know I was noticing the same thing on the Moon Kings. The Moon Kings, there's a lot of them like that have that really super sick variation of color. Like, look
The
at
moon,
that, dude. Those are freaking wild, man.
yeah, what a good sculpt, dude. This head's
Dude,
fucking dope.
I fucking need one of those so bad, dude. Those are great, man.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want one of these heads on one of the dino bodies now.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Safuba
Oh,
dudes
that would
need to
look
do some
sick.
collabs. Yeah, they even almost have the same stupid little hands. Not in a bad way,
Yeah,
in a good way. Sorry.
yeah. Oh,
Keep
that's
it,
good, man. I
yo,
love
that was a
that.
good comment. I don't know if you saw that, but given the pleasure, keep it coming. Little friend shop. Mecha Ducky. Shout out to Mecha Ducky for this one, man. This is definitely when we talk about certain toys that like you adopt where it's beyond a toy or it kind of takes on that persona of almost being something that's like a part of your home. This person literally completes the whole ensemble with little kits and little like packages for your little guy to live in if you'd like. And if you go to their store, there's even like you can purchase them to have little like leaves and accessories for their dudes to sit in. It's not just buying the toys. It's literally and affordable. Sorry, if we're gonna talk about pieces under $30, 848
Hmm.
for this little base for Tadpool, and then 30.99, 16.99, some little balloons, 39.45, and these are Canadian prices. So basically, if you guys haven't watched the show before, whenever we're looking at Canadian prices, move the decimal point basically over 2 points, and that'll give you your American pricing. So about 39 cents on the Moth Friend, about 36 cents on this Haunted Water Bear.
That's pretty close, man. That's pretty close. Oh, what is that?
Okay, so we've looked at this artist before because they're 3D printing and they're doing some astounding work. And I know when I've shown you this before, you even said, like, what the fuck am I looking at? And I was like, I don't know. Riddle me.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're now getting into even some more simplistic designs. I don't want to say like that's not simplistic. That's still very like complex.
That
But
is sick.
a little bit more understandable for us simpletons. Like this is rad as hell. But my brain can grasp this.
Dude, that thing with the three eyes and the puffy jacket.
So this would be a collab with Garomi. We've looked at his pieces before as well. Very fun stuff, man.
Dude,
These are nice sculpts. I like this piece, dude. It's a cool
me
piece.
too, man. That is sick.
I'd
It
hang
looks
out
like
with this guy.
it looks like it's got the same kind of like build as like that Tuscarian. I don't know if you've seen
Mm,
that one that came out recently, dude. That's a good one too.
I like
Mm,
this. Look at that stupid face.
yeah,
Jeez, that's
that's
cool.
awesome, man. That's sick.
Sorry. This sometimes just happens, guys. We end up on a page and we're like, "Whoa, I think this is another Ducky Ducky find. Muppy toys, man. Like,
Ooh,
this is fun.
yeah, that's cool, man.
Little like salamander dudes with a bunch of little legs. I'm almost positive this is a Mecha Ducky find. 338. Get the fuck out of town.
Oh wow, dude, that's crazy. You know what, man? That little thing right there. You know what that reminds me of, dude? In a way, so that reminds me of what Nim Studios is doing with his
Yeah.
3.75 figures, where it looks like something that you'd see. Like I could see that on a shirt, on a t-shirt, on a sweatshirt, as a
Mm.
toy. You know what I mean? Look
Mm-hmm.
at that.
Oh,
Wow.
damn. Polymer clay, all one-on-ones. Dude, look at that pricing. 25, 12, 20,
12?
18,
Holy crap, dude.
6.
Damn. Were those
What?
magnets? I saw something on the back, or
Yeah,
maybe
you're
that's.
right. No,
Oh,
you're
there.
right.
Okay. Okay.
Cute. Too cute.
Huh.
Damn. Muppy toy. Yo, sorry guys. I
$6.
actually got all stoked and stopped sharing links. Wisconsin Custom Craft, what are you saying? If anyone's interested in amateur mediocre work, I've got Market covered. Thank you, man. I will make sure. I think I might have grabbed you in a tab because, admittedly, especially if somebody is like tapping in a day, that's like basically free handout for my brain where I'm kind of like, what you doing these days? And then I go to your page and I see what you're doing and I try and get a tabby up for you. So I think I did, but I didn't. I'm gonna have to do that in a second. Sorry, homie. I'll pull it up. Zametko, what is going on? Dude has a few things loaded into the store for a Friday drop. It looks like he's revisiting the eggs as well. If anybody hasn't seen these dudes, bum, 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 bum. And yo, dudes, Zymutt, homie, that is some time right there, dude. I love a little Andy stamp.
Dope. Love that little extra little nugget.
I know it's so simple and so stupid, but admittedly, yeah, there's something about that signature on the work, man. Also, love the new friggin' worm sculpt or mold that you have, man. The fun little eyes on that. Dig.
Dude, and you know what, man? And I've thought about like what's gonna happen when when these pieces are around in years to come, dude. Like, what an easy way to identify that. Boom, Zimitco 2023. Boom.
Wouldn't it be a shame if for some reason you and I just had these big giant archives of pieces but didn't know who made the pieces, and then how embarrassing it would be if we had to sit there one night literally asking the community who the heck made these pieces that they entrusted us with? Oh, that'd be embarrassing.
That would be embarrassing. Yes, I agree with that.
Wisconsin Custom Craft, what is going on, homie? So, you spoke, we listened, I crawled on over. This
that's
is not
dope.
the crap to me, man. And also, are you wearing eye paths, my sir? Because those are a canceled skate shoe line that we do not get over here in Canada anymore if you are. But dude, that's a beautiful fucking pour. And I don't know if anybody's ever seen it before, but okay, am I the only one that's just seeing that the guy from Scream kind of looks like a vagina? Is it just that I was PG all night too long? Dude, beautiful pores, homie.
That's sick too. Ooh, I like that.
That's a good pour, man. Dude. Yeah, you're pulling that sneaky, the old switcheroo in the chat. That's what you're
Oh
doing.
man, I like that. Look at that. Hellscrape says, "Gimme." That's funny, dude. Anything blue and pink, cotton candy, Hellscrape's all over it. That's funny, man. That's awesome right there. That's sick.
Gorgeous, man. Yeah, he played the switcheroo on us. He's like, guys, if you guys like crappy toys with poopy pores that are mediocre, maybe go to my page. I don't make good toys. And then we go over here, fucking UV fire.
Oh, look at those trick-or-treaters, dude. Those are fucking dope. Yeah, nice.
Ooh. Sorry, I like this guy too. Sorry, dudes. This has happened sometimes. We end up on a page. Look at that double pour on there, man, with the translucent and the opaque.
Nice.
Filthy. Dope work, homie. Beautiful work. My Canadian wife said I had to see Bulk Barn. It was super gross, and I never. Yeah, it's freaking disgusting. I'm sorry. You guys don't know what Bulk Barn is over there? You want to find out about
I've never heard of Bulk Barn.
Okay, so anybody who's racist about COVID and where it started, you can blame Bulk Barn in Canada. That's where you need to start. Fuck any of your other ideas. It's Bulk Barn in Canada. That's where COVID started. Dude, wow, it's literally for some reason just aisles upon aisles upon aisles of almost like cardboard bins with a plastic bag that's just dumped in fucking like stale old produce that any motherfucker off the street can walk in and they just pick up a scoop and the scoop's inside of that bin. You grab the scoop with your dirty ass hand, you just start shoveling things into a bag. Bulk Barn, Bulk Barn. A homeless dude could go in there and literally put his hand in there and just snack away, and you're going to go right behind him and just scoop up a big old thing of discounted, cheap, stale Frito-Lays because you're that person. That's where COVID started. Bulk Barn in Canada. Wow. Anyways, sorry.
Wow.
I didn't even know I had that nerve. Zymitco, thank you. Jeez. Funky McClunky, what is going on, homie? These are up for grabs right now. 4 pink, 3 green available, 25 each. US shipping is 5 unless you pay more than 1. Solid prints, man.
Those are cool, man. I like those.
They're just a cool, nice color.
Yeah.
Fun little printies, some nice little chewies. Funky McClunky as well. If you're somebody who's looking for some pieces or parts, that is your dude to hit up. That person has literally 3D rendered or scanned in every single vintage Kenner Star Wars figure to date. and it has every single one cataloged for printability. So if you're looking for some pieces, I know Burial Boba is hitting them up. Boom. Saturn is awesome. I am never going to Saturn. I heard that apparently the hotel rates are through the roof. The trip there has no restroom breaks. Saturn's not for me. Oh, Bulk Barn is my name for Salsa's mom. Jazz whiz, dude. Poor Pocket Salsa's not even here to defend himself right now. Glowman Dan. Dude's on fire lately. And you know what? Actually, for anybody who's not familiar, I feel the need to bring this guy up. I really, 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 really like this maker. This person is actually just such a fucking sweetheart. He might have been one of the first dudes to kind of be doing what we see Bootleg Toyco kind of making a monopoly on, offering their services to print for people who aren't in the ability to be able to do that printing, and then getting other people who can mold and cast and all that other fun shit. And we got cool stuff like this, man. The work he does with Plastic Pizza, it really has expanded not only the ability for him to get his work out there, but a lot of other artists. If we even go up to his full-time toy maker, 3D sculptor, the Plastic Pizza. The Plastic Pizza, man, is some shit in a good way. Head on over to their page, 29.4. The amount of artists they have directly supported by doing drops or runs or anything. These guys are fucking king, man. Dr. Plops is a fucking shit. Glowman Dan is a fucking shit. No more PG. I'm too excited. Oh. Sorry, Pocket Salsa. I thought you went to bed, man. Crimson Guard Immortal. I wanted to say congratulations. These sold out, I believe, rather fast. This guy just launched these out and they flew. Talk.
Yeah, dude. I've seen a couple people post some pictures of some pieces that they've got from him, dude, and they're always good, man. He always does really, really dope work.
Dude, this is just a fun sculpt. Anytime somebody takes something that's basically like animal sculpts and cuts them up and chops them into a 3.75, some kind of like, come on, fun, man.
It's dope.
Next up in the lineup here, Toy Buzz Biz. Just wanted to give a little shout out here for the custom AP ladies. Beautiful. And Kilo Flow was at the end here. I believe I brought this up because we were going to just kind of take a look at their page, but you end up having a big old box of them. If you guys aren't already following Kilo Flow, get on that shit, man. Stop share.
Those are dope, man. And from what I see, those are all one-offs. You know, there's a really, really good variety. And last I checked was maybe a couple days ago. There was still a few on there for sale, but it looks like it's updated pretty regularly. So keep an eye out for those.
One-offs, but I would imagine that they're one of those individuals, you know, and we've even talked about this a lot of times with other resin makers. When somebody says like, well, what do I do when I've got like a piece I've made, it was supposed to be a one of one, somebody asked me about it afterwards. There's little minor alterations I feel you can typically make, and this is definitely a prime example of that. This is an orange one, a blue one, a purple one, you know, there's slightly different circles that are symbols inside of them, but it's technically like the same sculpt. I feel like that's one of those things where it's like you can kind of play, man. You can find room to make sure that you can actually accommodate somebody. There's no like, if you want to, right? Every maker is going to be completely different, but I definitely think there's some makers out there that they're kind of like, I'm fucking happy to do it. I just don't want to offend the customer who grabbed the one of one. How can I make this so it's like special for both of you?
Yeah, I agree, man. And like you said, it's a pretty versatile sculpt. There's two. It looks like I ended up with two different versions. But you know what they remind me of, dude? You've heard me talk about the cowgirls from Hobo Toys. I'll put these in that same category. You know what I mean?
Cowgirls,
like as far as
Wendy's.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Because you have a couple of the Wendy girls from Simian Cheese as well. And in my opinion, those little Wendy girls, even beside that's such a dude. That's one of those pieces, in my opinion, that is just fucking gorgeous. And you know, this conversation comes up all the time. Pocket Salsa, fuck you, dude, because we're chatting about you right now. I'm gonna bring you up in this. I feel like this is one of those artists that is interesting because unfortunately, my brain, I call everything a toy, right? Pocket Salsa came on. He even said to us when he was on here, he's like, I don't really consider my work toys. They're sculptures. They're static. They're art, right? The issue is just, unfortunately, everything is a toy to me. But I thought this was really interesting the other day. I'm talking to Pocket Salsa. He brings up the fact, he's like, you know, me and my partner were talking, I don't really make toys. That's kind of where I've found myself, and it's dope, and I like the people, and I love the scene. So I sit there, but my work's not really toy. Now, a homie of mine the other day is basically telling me, dude, I don't really get the toys. I'm down with resin art. I'm down with indie art. I don't really get the toys. Now, what's funny to me is they see Pocket Salsa's work and they're like, fuck, I'm obsessed. I need some of this. And what was funny to me is I'm kind of like, wasn't that interesting? The dude who apparently doesn't like toys, this individual who doesn't like toys but likes resin art, and this individual who has found themselves in a scene they enjoy being in, but which say, I don't know if I really make toys, they're more static. Ain't it weird that they end up kind of liking each other's flow or jive, you know? And I guess it's just kind of interesting sometimes where it's kind of like, guys, you don't have to put these limitations or titles on what you're making. You're making cool shit. Have fun making cool shit. I think Simian Cheese is a prime example of have fun making cool shit, dude. Foam balls, fucking twisty, rubber, smelly Georges. Come on.
Yeah. Um, and I think in that story that you just told, I think the problem there was the title of it, right? Like if you call it a toy or you even associate the word toy with it, for some reason, for a lot of people, that cheapens it in a way. And it says, oh, that sounds very sophomoric and very immature. And why is it a toy? But you go, oh, no. This is independent toy art. I have noticed that when I describe it to people like that, no, it's independent toy art from makers around the world. All of a sudden they're like, oh, what is that? Tell me about that. If you say, oh no, I collect toys, they're just like, okay. It's crazy, man. And it's, and it all depends on how you look at it, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. But, for me, it's not things, some of it you can't play with, you know what I mean? How do you play with this?
But,
right?
And then Pocket Salsa literally just nailed it. And this is literally, my brain explodes with this all the time. I believe toys are the highest form of art. And I agree. And that's the difference. That's even unfortunately for some of us, we revere a toy so much that for us, there's no greater compliment than to consider that you've literally made something that can strike joy and imagination, whether it articulates or not. It literally sparks this childhood like in you, right? You just want to touch it, you want to see it, you want to smell it, you want to feel it, you want to put it with other things, you want to collect more of them, you want to see it in different colors. And it's literally like using a sculpt and typically using alchemy and using paint. And it's like every step of creating a toy involves art. And then the beautiful part that Death and Strawberries and I talk about all the time, the craftsmanship. Most of you dudes are literally artisanal craftsmen. You are literally craftsmen. You're doing alchemy and science, and you're applying sanding, and you're drilling, and you're dremeling, and you're a craftsman. You're no different than that guy who builds antique chairs in his garage and ends up selling them for a fortune on the side of the road because people are obsessed with them.
And that exactly, dude. That's what I'm thinking. That's exactly what I'm thinking about. But in terms of like a sculptor, right? Like you go to a museum and you see something that somebody made from scratch and then ended up casting it in something, painting it or something like that, and boom, there you go. Now it's like this high-end art sculpture that everybody wants to look at. You put it in a museum around these other things, and people are like, oh my God, that's a crazy piece of art. Well, what the fuck is this, right? This is an original sculpt, right? That was casted and painted. What makes this any difference than that? It's the fact of what this is and the subject, and people are like, oh, well, that's a toy. Okay, well, I think your piece in the fucking museum over there that you want to sell for $12 million is a toy. It's the same thing, man. You know what I mean? It's like it's stuff. I'm looking at a cabinet right here full of ETC toys, and like their pieces, they do the exact same thing that high-end piece of art would be doing in my house. Sitting there, me looking at it, and it's sparking thoughts in my brain about whatever it is. It's the same thing. But people don't like toy, dude. They don't, for whatever reason. Besides people here, and they're just like, oh my God, that's so immature. It's like, go fuck yourself, dude. You don't know shit about this. Anyways.
Well, that's something to grab for the Saturday clip. That's where we're gonna end that reel. Fuck, you don't know anything.
Well, and Sarah says, and annoying to watch people roll their eyes at toys. That's exactly what I'm talking about, is when you say it and then people, they just get deflated, you know what I mean? Shoulders drop and they kind of fucking snicker and they're just like, oh, it's just like, okay, If you saw some of the shit that I have, I guarantee you, you'd be blown away. I
No,
guarantee you'd have questions.
beyond, here's where I normally go. I don't need to show you the pieces in my collection that are going to blow you away because of the craftsmanship. Allow me to show you piece after piece after piece, and I explain to you where this individual comes from, what the history is, why they gave that piece, what they've been through in life, how they've overcome that to make this cool shit, how many of these there are. List goes on. The amount of times that somebody might look at the Sarugamark dinosaur, you know? Okay, prime example. I show this to anybody who's just kind of like, fuck toys, right? And they're kind of like, yeah, whatever. It's just a little toy. To me, this symbolizes a young man who decided that he didn't want to do his soft vinyl or his toys anymore, going through a producer. He decided he was going to figure out how to do soft vinyl himself at home. And this piece represents what it is when you're a 23-year-old man and you're sitting there going, I've got an idea and I want to produce it and I want to manufacture it and I'm going to get the steel mold going and I'm going to pull my own vinyl. That's impressive shit, man. That's a hand-done sculpt. That kid had to literally build a soft vinyl pulling facility. Some of the dudes don't get it, and that's okay. It's not up to anybody. It's not up to us to try and explain or put value on these pieces for anybody, man. It's simply up to us to be able to enjoy them, enjoy the people that made them, enjoy the fucking lovely opportunity. We got to sit down with Simian motherfucking Cheese tonight.
Yeah,
No.
Exactly, dude. What a great night. I just wanted to go back on Kyle Kerwin's comment. High-end art is just commodities trading and tax shelters for the rich. There's a lot of truth to that, man. There's a lot of good documentaries out there. I don't want to say a lot. I've seen probably 3 or 4 of just how the art industry works. And I'm talking about like art in hangs on the wall museums. It's
Dude, even
it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy crooked, bro. It's like name your price, pretty much. You know what I mean?
what's even more gross is the reality is that the reason why everybody's always kind of like, no, don't raise taxes for corporations is because corporations will just invest into art. You get assets. So now all of a sudden, anybody who's like your homie who's even kind of doing a little bit better, they start getting fucked by those increased taxes, while the intelligent people can afford to pay lawyers to basically get around all of them. Anyways, now we're getting down to weird toys.
Anyways, we got that one more giveaway, correct?
One more giveaway, and then we're gonna let these guys get the hell out of here. 2.5 hours, not too shabby. We wanted 2, but you know, I mean, it's always better to take a little longer than.
Gob, I saw that, man. Looking strong, man. Looking strong.
Niners with the win. Oh fuck!
Yeah, baby.
Hey, I'm happy that your sports thing is winning.
What's that?
I said I'm happy that your sports things are winning.
Thank you.
No problem. Oh my goodness. Okay, dudes.
Boom.
I love everybody in that room, so I'm not gonna wait too long here. Because there's a fatty Simian Cheese wad coming out.
Oh, pocket salsa. Oh, please don't start with there's still the A's of football. I don't know, man. You better look at that trophy case, bud.
Ordinary homie. I do have you on here, right? Yes. Also, while we're on here, just make him feel uncomfortable. Happy belated to Mr. Ordinary Toys. Happy belated to Pocket Salsa. Happy belated to Uncle Spank.
Ordinary Toys 21.
Oh shoot, he's 21. I'm gonna crack his first beer.
Beer, man. Go get yourself
Hell
a beer.
Yeah. Damn, dude.
Nice. So talented at a young age.
So talented. And you know what? For somebody who had both of his kids at like 14 in order for him to be 21, really accomplished a lot.
Man, tell you what.
Dude, I love how you're basically the mirror of the 50s, Mr. Ordinary. I honestly think about that often, how you're literally like the mirror, like Bizarro verse of that. Instead of being kind of like, I just want to watch football, my kid's talking to me about art. It's kind of like, son, if you ask me to toss that football one more fucking time. All right, we're spinning that wheel. Well, isn't that neato, Mosquito? The wheel knew.
That's awesome.
Dude, Kilo Flow, I just can't apparently get you right at all today. I'm spelling your name wrong on here. I'm screaming at you in the DMs after I get your tag wrong on our post. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Smoke another one.
Yeah.
That's some karma.
Address. Please send the address to either the toy account or to my account, and I will get this out to you right away. You have won the Sophia Simian Cheese Golden Balls Foamy Sophia, the old softie. Says it right there. Sick. Boom. Very cool. You have won that, and you have won another little stash of goods from Simian Cheese. One of those.
Yeah, that little white egg there.
Yes.
Make sure that you tell Plagued Earth that is not the type of egg he's expecting it to be. It's just a solid resin one. There's no added fun. He's like, I'm too old to know what the hell kind of egg he's talking about. Go look it up later on, homie. Maybe go stop by the drugstore, pick one up.
Oh, man. Hey, Niners with the win. 30-12. Looking strong.
I can't be the only one that for some reason I was probably like 20 years old before somebody said it's not the 69ers. That would be bizarre and fucking weird. It's just the Niners.
49ers, but we call them the Niners.
Is that it?
49ers.
Yeah, I don't know anything. Do we have anything left that we want to get out into the open, chat about, get off our chest?
I don't. Not that I know of. What's next week?
Next week, I've got no idea, to be honest with you. My brain is going to be totally kind of fixated on tomorrow evening. Again, anybody who would like to hop in on a Zoom, hang out with us, I'll be totally open and honest with you guys. It is not a boys club thing. It is all invited. Anybody who would like to just kind of chill. It's not really going to be planned or anything like that. And I will say, based on past experiences, normally what ends up happening is in that first 45 minutes, everybody's kind of getting to know each other, saying hello, seeing what everybody's doing. If you're looking to hop into that chat mainly to get any kind of like nitty gritty secrets of like cool techniques, anything like that, that kind of shit usually ends up popping out around like that, like 1 hour, 1.5 hour, once people kind of get a little bit more comfortable and say, hey, what are you working at? And then they'll start kind of being like, that's what you're working on. Neat. That's cool. The bootleg state Kentucky. That's what's going on.
Jazz Wiz wanted to know if I was wearing that. Yes, I am wearing that. You can buy these at E2K. They fit great. Go buy one or three.
That was a cute little noise you just made there. I bet you.
It's a comfy shirt.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude, that's like a comfy noise. You know, I can just picture you sitting there, you with your little brown paper bag, open it up, little PB&J sandwich.
Don't you like it, dude? You open up the drawer and you're just like, well, look what's clean. Look at that.
Yo, I'll be honest, dude. It's so simple, but admittedly, the other day I was having a tough ass day, and I even told one of the homies, I'm like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go take another shower for the day, and I'm putting on my favorite outfit, and that's how I'm proceeding with the day. I am rewriting the day as of this point. I'm going to take another shower, and I'm putting on my favorite outfit. And I don't care if I've got a little outfit, and you can make fun of me for having a little outfit. It's my favorite outfit, and I'm going to rock the day.
Hey, whatever works, man.
Whatever works, man.
Whatever works. And you said, I believe it starts at 4 p.m. Pacific tomorrow, correct?
It will be 4 p.m. Pacific. If anybody needs time zones, please hit me up. I'm always happy to try and work out like Google and all that where you guys will be. But literally, if you can't catch this one tomorrow night, I've purposely put one next Saturday. It's not the Saturday coming up this weekend, but the next Saturday we're gonna do one in the afternoon as well. So that way we're gonna try and catch people during the week, and we're gonna try and catch people on the weekend.
Nice.
And the reality is dudes, mainly part of why we're doing this, if I can be totally honest with you, is I think it's great if you guys meet some other people in the scene that you might be able to click with a little bit more. And that way you can do things like mirroring. And also I think it's a great opportunity for you to get comfortable with things like doing IG calls with multiple people, doing Zoom calls with multiple people, hopping on Discords with people. And so the more that you kind of get comfortable, even just sitting there, the more that you'll kind of be comfortable calling out and reaching out to a friend if you just want to paint one night, or you just want to sculpt something one night, or you just want to cast something and it's 1 a.m. and you have no idea if anybody's up and you're just feeling like making. It's good to know kind of who's in that circle you can reach out to during those times.
For sure. Agreed.
Right. That also,
agreed.
The other thing I'm just going to kind of pop up there, you and I kind of talk about it just really quickly, guys. You know, there's a lot of helplines out there and stuff like that on the old Google. If anybody's struggling, hit some of those helplines, and only because those people are literally trained to be able to kind of deal with some of the situations some of the homies are dealing with. And that's all. Send these guys out for a nice evening.
100%, man. Great show. Thank you again, Simian Cheese. Thank you, Crumbs. We will be back next week, man. It'll be a good one. I'm not sure what it is yet, but it'll be a good one.
We'll look at the Google Calendar that we've decided is Grail.
Yes.
Simian Man, Angel, B-Dude, Angel, live chat. Best behavior tonight. I could kiss all of you, but it'd be a...
Real quick, Sarah said something. Did everybody see the Collected Con announcement Chicago Designer Toy Show in August 2024? No, I didn't, but yes, we will check that out. That sounds interesting. Have a good night, man.
Have a good night, dude. We're checking it out right now, and that's happy that's coming up. Brand new con thing. Okay, but in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Oh, did everyone see the Collected Con announcement? Chicago Designer Toy Show. All right, we'll share in the stories. Have a good night, guys.